No, I mean, it's up in the clouds.
Yeah, Loriely.
It's my computer.
It's replying. See, it's snowing. You said it's snowing.
Yeah, but it's not reaching the ground.
You smell?
No, it's just not. It's really not.
Because it says flurries only.
Yeah. There's not enough moisture in the air. So it may be snowing in the clouds, but it's not snowing down here.
This 9 p.m. will be 1% snow.
I don't know. It won't matter anyway. A little snow never hurts. The roads are fine, but I just don't think it's reaching the ground.
Are we live now? Maybe all people are sleeping. Well, will not be that long. Yeah, don't shove our heads like that. Hello, everyone. And you already shared this on the Facebook?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I told them we were going live in 30 minutes.
You're meant to click it. Yeah, publish it on Instagram. Yeah, post it. Oh, that's cute. We are live. Let's see. This weekend, it's pending. Maybe I just put pending how people will not. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh, hi. Nobody but Chitchat. Hey, you're barking at. Nothing to bark there.
And you-
Hmm? Maybe people don't know. That even at 7:30.
maybe. Active on there.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Somebody's watching. Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, that one.
Here, hello.
There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, a lot of them doing
Yeah,
their
we
shout out,
started.
trying their shout out channels. They're
Yeah.
doing shout outs.
Hi, guys.
Hello, guys. How are you? How are you?
Sore from the snow.
Snow, snow, snow everywhere, snow. Oh, how we love the snow. We love the snow. We do.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that change that.
What?
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. Didn't know how to do that. You see that one? The only knowing the song.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
is that? I was like
Little ticky tacky stuff.
tiki tiki taki taki. All right. Winter snow are over. I'm getting my stuffing. It's too bad getting allergy. Well, what's that on there? Huh? You wanna say hi?
Hi.
Oh, buhay. No, hi, Mercury.
How are you, Mercury? We're just good.
Chismis time.
Chismis time. We're just getting goofing off and getting started today. We had a big snowstorm here in the great land of America.
Yeah, finally. I'm not jealous on your snow.
The great land of Arkansas.
I wonder they have a big snow though.
Which
Don't care. I was makulit. What? Why you're makulit? Did you make your wife cry? It's like this. They kinda not being, I don't know, not nice.
Sad?
No,
Bad?
but like annoying. Like if you're doing this thing, you'll be annoying me.
Well, I can relate to that.
That's what you think makulit. Doing okay. It seems that no snow yet. I'm happy. Well, we have been good snow here.
Yeah, we haven't had snow in about 7 years, and finally we had a snow here in Arkansas.
Yeah, we have a little bit snow, but
Yeah,
not
but
that bad.
not a snow.
Hey, I'm trying not to tell that word,
Wow.
but you mention it.
That's
So
okay.
it means you cannot have a Christmas.
We-
You're not in the naughty list.
You're still in my good list. You're still on my good list.
Thumbs up, done.
Hey, Geoffrey.
Geoffrey Barrera. Hi, how are you?
It's good to see you. We did drop the link there if you guys want to come up and chit chat in person. You're welcome to. Now, Geoffrey Barrera.
Thumbs up, done. Thanks.
Oh, nice. Now, are you here?
The
In
one
the,
who just comment you the other day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, tell me all about him.
I forgot.
That's what I thought.
See, virtual hug, virtual hug. Oh, thanks
Thank
for the
you.
hug. Virtual hug.
Now,
I think Mercury 3 cannot get one because it's in the naughty list of the Santa Claus.
he's in the doggy house. But don't worry, Mercury 3, you're still high on my list, buddy.
Geoffrey Barrera.
We stand together.
I'm good. What you
So, Geoffrey, where are you out of?
Mercury. I was in Iraq in 2007. It snowed in the desert.
Wow.
First time in 100 years. I got video of it. Snow in the Baghdad. Oh, we better check that one.
Wow.
Maybe that's the time that it rained by the like a fish in the other country.
No.
Hey J3, hello y'all. Y'all.
Y'all.
Mercury 3. Thanks. No call from David this year.
Try, buddy.
Jeffrey said from the Philippines, but now in Qatar. Oh, that's a good place.
I got a feeling it's hot there, right?
Hey, we have a lot of snow for halo or mix and mix. What?
And our dog is being nosy, so just minor. Hey, Joe, are you feeling better? I know yesterday you said you were feeling kind of yucky.
No, it's because it's winter, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Joe, we have a very big snow here, like 7 inches. I don't know if they got one there.
So, Joe, I might be a little bit nosy, but that's kind of what I do.
Snowing there, y'all. Oh, you're a southern guy now, Joe, y'all.
Are you an OFW in Qatar?
Yeah, she's from Philippines.
Well, it doesn't mean he or she's at OFW. It could be there on vacation.
Well,
it
is snowing there.
Ain't that right, Mercury? Come on, buddy.
You're in the naughty list.
We'll both be in the naughty list before the night's over.
Dara will not give you a gift.
You know, it's snowing here, but we don't see anything hitting the ground. We don't feel anything coming all the way down. So I don't know what's going on.
We cannot see either.
I laid on the ground under the Jeep.
I laid on the ground under the Jeep in 20 feet weather. I am running a 101 to 1. Oh.
He meant 20 degrees weather, Fahrenheit. So he's sickly today.
103. Oh.
Mr. Loves Company. This is true, my friend. This is true.
Oh. You need to tell Dara to make you a hot soup.
Well, but he's in trouble.
Yeah, that's why. Well, that's why I think there he makes Dara mad. That's why he's staying an excuse to go. It's his fault. I have a trace of snow up here. It Wednesday here, Jeffrey.
Tuesday night here in the United States. We're in the central part of the United States.
Oh, you must label that one. Did you tell that it's a Pacific time?
Yeah. Arkansas time.
That's why people don't know.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows, right?
Yeah. I have a trace of snow. The snow in the backyard is still there.
Yeah, we got about 7 inches. There's Steve. Hey, Steve.
Steve. That's from.
He's from Australia.
Yeah, Melbourne.
Sydney.
Oh, Sydney, Australia. Sorry.
That's okay, Steve.
Steve,
Steve, you want to come up? You're welcome to. Joe Free, you're welcome to come
Oh,
up.
your
Triple
early,
J.
your early bird, Jeffrey, Joffrey,
Ooh, you're early in the morning there.
5:45.
5:45 in the morning.
She told me not to, but I did anyway. That's why
You sure it's
I'm
not a boy?
Immaculate Mercury. Yeah. Well,
Look, buddy, I'm with you.
maybe you just go to shower and maybe it will cool down.
I was running around in the snow yesterday without any socks and shoes on.
Oh, whatever. You don't even want to help me.
I didn't want to help you. That's my
Jeez.
point. I was in the house drinking hot cocoa, and somebody kept hollering at for me to come outside. I'm like, I don't even have any shoes on.
Oh, you need to roll more, make it bigger. Do you know how hard it is?
She kept wanting me to come outside to help her, right? I kept saying, I have no shoes or socks on. And then I go out there to help her. I come back in and I get in trouble for not having shoes and socks on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't understand that one, but that's
Mhm.
okay. So, Steve, how are you? We're good to
Saturday, no
see ya.
snow under in the Sydney. Yeah. But
We're gonna come to Sydney. We really are.
expensive there.
No, we're not gonna live there. We're gonna come there for vacation and stay at Joe's house, and we're gonna stay at the Husky Channel's house. I think he's in Melbourne though.
Yeah, Melbourne is husky.
And anybody else we can stay with, or we'll just stay.
Oh, there's another snow. Joe 3. We're on National 5. Wait. Here. Joe, from what I've heard, you all are getting. I mean, really, all of you all. Hold on, you're twisting my tongue, J3. From what I've heard, you're all getting about 5+ inches coming through night. Yeah, it says it's rare, snowing, but I don't see it here.
Joe, I don't believe you, buddy. Sorry.
Steve asking when in my dreams.
Well, no. Well, Steve,
Maybe 2022, because we'll be in Philippines 21, and when we get settled down, then we're
Yeah.
going to.
the plan is, part of the reason we are moving to the Philippines is there's so many reasons, but one of them is we hope to actually travel more throughout Southeast Asia and get to go to Australia. And it's going to be easier for us if we're actually in the Philippines. So we don't know when for sure, but it's high on the list of places we're going to visit.
Hey, Geoffrey, I like to go in the snow. So it's funny here since it's been like 4 to 5 years that has a really decent snow, because last 2 years or last year is not that real snow. So mostly the childrens are playing in the snow even at night and wake up early in the morning to do the slide.
Yeah. And look, if you guys haven't connected with each other or know each other, make sure that you go ahead and do that. We're not a shout out channel, but we definitely want everybody to be buddies and friends with each other.
Mercury Life states that it will start laptop check time.
And
hello. Judia Live.
That's a cool name.
Oh, she got a coconut tree. Do you know how to climb this coconut tree?
I do. I'm too fat.
You know, it's so hard to climb.
I'm too fat, but I know how.
Yeah, I mean, it hurt my feet.
Does anybody know the secret to climbing coconut trees?
Woohoo! I like to play snowman. Yeah. I made a snowman, Jeffrey.
She did.
Yeah. She's doing this. Oh, and tomorrow morning he's leaning like looking at the sun like, oh, don't melt me.
By tomorrow, he'll be laying out on the ground.
I'll check my snow. He's really fat.
And you're welcome to come to our house and play in our snow anytime you want.
Oh.
I played in the snow enough as a little kid that.
Where did you purchase it? I don't know. We purchased the whole thing. I'm doing my sales.
We're selling a bunch of stuff because we're moving, right? And so we have an item on the Facebook marketplace. Apparently I priced too cheap because now we got 5 million people texting us about it. And and somebody's asking, well, and it's a mirror, guys, it's just a mirror.
New house.
Where did you buy it at? We want to know the pedigree of the purchase.
Uh-huh. So don't worry, it will be sold tomorrow to other person.
It has too many questions.
It's pending.
We sell it to somebody else. You know.
I'm so mean, I know.
If anybody wants to come up and join us, just click on the link there. You're more than welcome to.
Oh, there you go, Joe. How about
Judah's Life.
what is this? Snow?
Yeah, it's snow.
What is a layer?
Because snow falls in layers.
Wow, look at that.
It's pretty.
It's like a bed of a cotton candy.
Yeah. So Judah's Life. Where are you from? May I ask? If it's not too inappropriate for me to ask, but that's what I do. I'll ask questions.
Someone trying to.
I got to remember how things work. Yeah, Loriely made a snowman. We let the dogs go and play in the snow. They had a good time. We got some video of that. I just haven't got it all together. I'll be working on some videos. I do got one video coming out Thursday of we did a road trip through the winter wonderland here in America, here in Arkansas.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc.
Mhm.
What's Doc?
Don't know.
Okay, Doc. Okay, Doc. Okay,
So,
Doc. Wow, I like to play snowman.
so Steve, is everything going good with your wife? I hope she's doing well.
Yeah, I don't know when they're
Remember, he said he couldn't go
their
back.
territory. I mean, their country will be open.
Yeah, he said March maybe.
Wow.
You couldn't leave until March.
Tamsak host from Team Makasait or Makas.
Makasit.
Makasit. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that your last name?
It's a team.
I have a premiere later.
Awesome.
Oh.
Are you in the Philippines or the US? Or tell us a little bit about you.
3 p.m. here. It is. That's the last name, I guess. That's a good name, last name.
That's a good name. That's probably their family name. Maybe the team is the family.
That's a sassy spelling for a Filipino or what?
I don't know.
Pinas. Oh. Yeah. Tamsakos. Thank you.
And he's in the Philippines, or they're in the Philippines. See, well, great. So you got a live stream happening, a premiere later. Sorry, not a live stream, but a premiere later. So you got a good video that you're releasing out.
Well, watch for premiere for Team.
Now, if you're in the Philippines, I got a good feeling that your next video is not about building a snowman.
Okay, ask Mercury if he knows we're in the Philippines that Joe 3 is at the house.
Hey, Jay.
Team, just a premiere.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, that's Tagaytay. It's a nice place. Like, you know, where is that? Like Baguio. You know, Baguio City. It's going there like a fancy thing. That's why it's premiering it. That's nice. Hi, Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
Hey, y'all.
Y'all, I'm really like y'all out there.
Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing?
Joe, I need to my tongue. How about your y'all?
Y'all.
Man, you're southern, huh?
Well, I was raised part of my life down this way.
See, down this way.
See?
You make fun of me.
But my videos
so
about
Pia's.
my sopas recipe. No,
Is it
sopas.
Or
Yeah, like
sopes?
no, like Mercury talking about like a soup that they have.
Oh, I thought it was a bread.
No, it's a really like a sticky rice that almost melt. With a little bit egg or
I'll tell you what.
you don't want my explanation. My
I-
friends or the family are craving for the sopas of mine. Oh, watch because he's like to cook
Yeah, I do a lot of cooking. I got a new cooking recipe coming out soon too.
macaroni soup.
No,
Yeah, those the two pictures that I
Inside
sent you guys and the video.
no.
I had just shot those right outside my door.
No, J3 here, he actually lives about an hour and a half away from
Yeah,
us.
we're neighbor.
So we're actually truly neighbors.
Oh, that's why this is a bedrock, like a garden, and it's full.
Yeah.
Oh, make it thick. Make it like thicker so that we can have a skating there.
You could have built a snowman, Joe. That's what Loriely did.
And it's not deep enough yet.
Hey, my snowman Joe is really like so white. My first snowman in America is a hairy one.
She did good with her snowman. I'll give her that.
My snowman like this.
Well,
Macaroni soup. Ooh.
I know when Jeannie's over here and she experiences the snow firsthand,
Oh yeah,
I'll get a video of it.
she will really like it. Because I know somebody, it's her first time snow here. She really make it blast. She's
Joe
the
Free
only
is
one
saying
here.
hi to you, Joe.
Hello.
Oh, 3 hours
Sorry, I'm
from.
having a hard time with the chat and my StreamYard.
No, it's okay. We know. We know. I just wanted to point out that
She
he
got
said hi.
to. It's in about 3 hours from now. Good luck, Tim. Maybe we will watch that tomorrow because it will be like 12 midnight here.
Yeah, we'll watch your video. We won't get to see your premiere, but I promise we'll come over and
Yeah,
hang
check
out.
it. I mean, 2 hours. Yeah. Hope to see you there, guys. See ya. Maybe we can bring a salad there and Tim.
Yeah, we'll bring a side dish to watching your video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then make sure you guys connect with each other. That right, Joe?
Hey, Joe. Oh, Joe, you know how to slide? I know to skate? Skate? Snow skating?
That platform that you guys were looking at in that video
Uh-huh.
is that house being built next to me.
Oh,
that's
So
the
it's
foundation.
plywood floor.
Oh, I thought it's a garden bed.
Okay.
How deep is that? Don't have subtitle, but your wife will be my subtitle.
Oh, funny. Oh, we lost Joe. All right. So, Joe, we lost you. Come back when you can. So that house is being built next to you. That's actually the floor. Yeah. Yeah. That's for the house. Okay, I get it now. I couldn't quite figure out what
Yeah,
that was.
it's really full. Then how deep is it?
70 feet.
Mercury.
Oh,
Oh,
that's Joe.
the Mercury is here. Mercury still by computer is lower than a teenager doing.
Ask Joe your question.
Hey Joe, how deep is that? Like 4 or I think that's 5, right? 5 inches.
No, it's just barely a trace.
So just a little bit.
Oh, well, why it's not like covering the whole thing?
I don't know.
Huskies.
Hold on. I'm slow with the computer, guys. So you gotta learn. I'm not the brightest boy in the world. Slower than a teenager doing chores.
I will tell your son.
I'm going to tell your son too. That's what you said. Where's Mercury?
Mercury, you're not going to trouble your wife, you trouble your son. What?
What?
Teenager. Right?
I don't know. I didn't hear you. You were laughing too hard. You can't laugh while you're talking. It's hard to understand.
Well, that's my signature. How's that? You said my computer is slower than a teenager doing a chore.
Chore.
Chores. Chores. So you have a teenager there.
Well, I've raised multiple teenagers in my lifetime, and let me tell you, I do have experience.
Don't worry, buddy. I got your back, man. I'm telling you.
I
You, I and
appreciate
Joe.
that. I feel ganged up on here.
Well, you and I, Joe, we're
Remember you, Mercury, don't expect too much on the Christmas gift because you're in a naughty list.
Hey, I'm happy with coal. At least I can burn it and stay warm.
Say
There
that
you go.
again.
Mercury said he was happy with a piece of coal. At least he can burn it and stay
there you
warm.
go. Yeah, that's a good thought.
How about you, Joe?
Nothing planned this year.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it low key this year too, obviously. So, did we tell you guys that Loriely got her dual citizenship approved in
Yeah.
Houston,
Yeah.
and we're going to be able to do the swearing in virtually now? I think we did tell them that last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have to go to Houston, Texas, on January the 11th to do her biometrics and the fingerprinting and all that. But so that I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm going to videotape the whole swearing in thing online. I've got to figure out how to you know do that.
Well, that's pretty good. The last time I saw a guy swear at a judge, he got 90 days contempt of court.
I know. That's what I keep telling Lorelai. I'm
You
the
know what's
judge.
my good news?
Make sure you learn all the good words. Make it good.
We have a snow, and I made a good snowman.
Can't wait to see the video.
Yeah, I'm working on them.
Oh, you made a video now?
There's some on Facebook, Joe. I think Lorelai posted
Yeah,
on
David.
Facebook.
David throw me in the snow. He's harassing me.
It was an accident, Joe. I swear.
He pushed me on the snow.
It was an accident. She fell. You watch the video slowly, you see that she took a nosedive in this.
A little word of advice for you there, David.
Yes, sir.
Do not, under any circumstances, give a Filipina a face wash with snow. Does not turn out well. Let me tell you. I got tempo.
Yeah.
Hey,
I went
no,
back and
I just don't have a facial. I ate the snow because I was laughing and it's throwing my face and directly to my throat.
who do you believe?
Wait, true. I did not. Like that.
I don't know. Was there witnesses? Was there video?
Yes, I will show you.
I'll have to wait. I reserve judgment until a later date.
That's right. She was videoing me to try to entrap me, but I knew it. I did it.
Yeah, entrapment.
It was fun.
It was.
Yeah. Then I got so sore. I can't bend my legs. It's so hurt.
She forgot how heavy snow was to roll up into big balls.
I used to do that a lot with the kids. My wife and son, when they got here, made a couple of snowmen. The first one was really cute. It was like 3 snowballs stacked on top of each other. That's not a snowman. I had to show them how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my teenage son, I was talking to him the other day. I said, usually we get snow at the end of October, beginning in November. I said, you're getting away pretty cheap this year. No snow. He said, yeah, I hope it don't snow all year. I said, why? He says, because I don't want to shovel.
Yeah. They learn fast.
Yeah, he said that's too much hard work.
Yeah.
It is. They learn
I got
fast.
sore.
I bought a snowblower, a new snowblower last year. I had one, but it wasn't working well. So I bought a new one. Boy, he thought that was nice. I said, "Here, you try it." And he was afraid to use it.
Yep.
So,
Oh, this is my first. Okay, that one first. Then after that, like this.
yeah.
Uh
Puti niebe.
huh. Then the following day,
Here we go
Yes.
again.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
problem with this area, the Philippine American couple and myself are in is the internet's very slow. Doesn't
We have
matter if
slow
it's cell
internet.
phone.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're running on delay.
Ah, which is weird since we are hardwired and have everything turned off.
Maybe this live stream. You need to have really, really.
Well, we have the fastest we can buy.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
That's
lately there has been problems with Google itself, but with the solar flares and the aurora happening, that's disrupting any or some services, some electronic services.
oh, I need to go to Aurora.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Okay.
dancing light. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
Northern
watching
Lights. We get them up. We got them up north. They're beautiful. Blue, green, red, orange, yellow. Maganda yan. Eh?
I'm jealous again. That's
Ah,
why we're talking about snow and we're talking about Aurora.
Well,
yeah.
that's not going to happen in Arkansas. We may get snow out of the way, but we're not going to get the Aurora Borealis lights here. I can promise
Yeah.
that.
We saved money because it was a good winter here, but the Aurora, maybe if we
Yeah.
go there, there's no Aurora.
Well, allegedly, according to the news, once it happened on the 7th or the 8th, you're supposed to be able to see them until the 11th, and they could be seen as far south as North Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how powerful that solar flare was. We had a lot of disruption up here in our cable, internet service. It was sketchy at best at times. So I'm assuming that the leftovers from that, and if you have poor service to begin with or slow service, it may be a little more difficult. Maybe that's what was happening last live stream you had.
Maybe.
Wow.
I mean, because we're hardwired, so it's not like we're doing the wireless thing, and and we paid our bill.
Yeah, just give money today. We make sure you pay this one. Did you cut it?
You gave me money.
That's
Yeah.
why when I told to
Oh,
my
yeah.
my coworker, they're like, hey, "What's wrong with the TV? Because it's direct TV.
Mhm.
You didn't pay the money I gave you. What money is that?"
Yeah, up here, DirecTV is a satellite based television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the aurora, and if you get snow or rain, I got rid of
Yeah.
DirecTV probably
Uh-huh.
about 20 years ago. Just went with cable.
Yeah, that's the Walmart building. It's direct TV.
Isn't it just crazy how expensive TV is?
It is. We're looking at reducing our cable bill. We're running right around $288 a month for cable and internet. And we've got all the pay channels, the HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, GMA, CBN. We get, we don't watch them. Mainly GMA we watch, but just knock it down. Try to get it down to right around $150 a month would be a lot better.
Yeah, that's about where we're at. We're at about 150 to 60, I think. And we took a bunch of those others out.
That's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's
No, expensive.
50 or 60 a month.
The highest that we can get.
Yeah, and unlimited supposedly. But it's just crazy how expensive things are.
I'll go with the old rabbit ears.
Yeah, that's the key. It should all be free. Everything should be free, guys. Come on.
Oh, come on now.
You're gonna get anything for free.
I know you cost me millions.
Well, here we go again.
Hmm.
I'm worthless,
You're worthless.
genuine, and no expensive package.
You said worthless.
Maybe priceless.
Priceless.
Hey, whatever.
There
Hey,
you
you don't. Hey, there's a connection problem right here. Remember?
Yeah.
go. Hmm.
But we when we got the Jeep, it's funny when like my family forgets how to speak or articulate themselves in English. Um, we're standing in the kitchen and I said, "Oh, I can't wait until spring." He says, "Oh yeah, you just want to go boneless." And I looked at him like, "What?"
Right?
He meant topless in the Jeep. Take the top off.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It was cute.
Lorelai did that when she first came to America. I had a Mustang convertible, and I gave it to her as kind of a wedding present. And here's your car to drive, so I don't got to drive you everywhere. And she kept telling everybody that she was going to go topless.
Did I say topless, top down?
Well, you said topless a lot and top down, and I kept saying no.
I was like, where was it top down?
It's a convertible. It's not a top down car.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Topless. But I know
It's
topless.
topless. We're going to go topless.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe if we would have had a YouTube channel back then, we'd have millions of subscribers because we could tell everybody, guess what, today we're going to go topless.
Well, that's what I keep threatening my oldest son with. I'm going to come visit you. I'm going to take the top off the Jeep and drive around topless. He said, "Dad, you're going to make me throw up, and please don't come visit."
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
I just tell my friends if they mess up something, we're shopping together. Say, oh, I don't know that girl.
plausible deniability.
I don't know her.
Until they see the security footage from the cameras and guilt by association.
Or they see them all getting in the same car.
Right. I don't know her. We just pick up random strangers on the side of the road.
Man, I how fast I can play now. Oh, I don't know her.
Hmm.
And, and they're just laughing. What? You don't know me? Yeah, but I don't know. Well, I don't know why you're talking to me.
No, no goodness.
Yeah, I'd like to plug away a little bit every day and do things, and it's getting
Yeah.
colder. The summer's definitely gone, and I still got that mindset, get out and do stuff, but with my old body and with the chill outside, not good laying on the bare ground working on a vehicle.
No.
We're getting younger. That's the sign.
Say
Yeah.
again?
So you're getting younger.
Oh, I'm getting younger.
That's
Uh,
I thought she was going to say you're getting dumber.
oh, dumber.
younger. We're trying to make it opposite, to make
Yeah.
not really so bad.
Because,
Well, I do get accused of acting like a child once in a while.
Hey,
no.
oh, hamster. What? Hamster.
Do it again.
Hamster.
There you go.
Hamsters.
From Hawaii. I love
You're from Hawaii, yeah. They're over there with a retired expat with American Guy.
it.
Join us.
We're talking how hard is the winter.
We're talking about Mercury 3 laying on the ground and hurting himself and getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing.
No, trust me, I don't have to lay on the ground to get myself in trouble. I get in trouble just walking around the house during the day. No, joke. My wife's a
No.
sweetheart. She doesn't say much of anything. But when I come in house in pain, she said, "Well, I told you, kasalanan mo na, eh?" So then I know.
Well, I've learned from the American guy. He's so stubborn.
We are doing great. Thank you for joining us. We are doing great. If you would like to come up and join the panel, you are more than welcome to.
Hamster says hello to you, Merc.
I said hello, but I'll say hello again, Hapsters. How you doing?
Oh, and our little dog is being nosy this
Maybe
night.
Mercury put garlic on his armpit so that, I have a fever, sweetie mahal ko.
No, that
No, it
there,
will make you fever. Yeah, for your armpit.
Why would you put garlic in your armpit?
So that she knows that her wife will be loving.
But then he would
what
smell like.
what show was that? That stuntman back in the day? I forgot. It wasn't Burt
Or
Reynolds. It was he did that stunt thing, and they were locked up. And to get out of the jail, they put bars of soap under their armpits to get a fever. But I don't know if garlic would work on me for
no,
that
this
because
is
I eat a
garlic.
lot of garlic.
I know the garlic you put in your anus and it makes you
Why would you put garlic in your butt?
so that you can absent to school. Ew.
This is a true story. I had a friend. His name
Yeah,
was
why
Theodore.
would you put garlic in your butt?
Yeah, so how you have excuse not to go to school.
Daisy, help me out.
Bring your top on me, I will stay down. Oh,
Okay, Joe. We appreciate you, buddy.
By the
I had a friend named Theodore when we were in middle school. He put onions in his shoes and wore them around all day because the last period he didn't like the teacher. So he sat in the class and took his shoes off. That cleared out the whole classroom. Trust me on that one. It was bad.
Yeah.
way.
But don't be.
Oh, there's a coconut outside the house.
Maybe some pineapple.
It's hard to pineapple. Have you seen the really pineapple? You can hardly reach it. Oh man, you're no.
Joe's going to stay down. Joe, you're in charge down there, buddy.
Thank you, Joe. It's good on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know why you would put garlic anywhere.
Well, that's what they said, so that you get excused because of a party later.
When I didn't want to go to school, I just didn't go.
We are very polite. That's why we.
It was true. I didn't go. I didn't want to.
No, you get smart in the Philippines.
Well, they were happy not to have me in school.
I was happy to go. I was happy to go to school. I just wanted to get away from my brothers.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that one. Yeah,
David is the youngest. He's the troublemaker.
that's what they say, and how rude of it.
I'm the youngest. I'm not a troublemaker.
My family believes I'm the troublemaker, but that's okay. It keeps them at bay.
Hamster been a long day, Jeffrey, but I'm glad I'm home now.
Well, the hamsters, we're very glad you're at home too, so you can eat, relax, and enjoy. And we'll be there in about 30 minutes because we know that you make some more.
Jeffrey, they said they have a snow, another snow.
Happened. We went to a family reunion a few years ago. People that I hadn't seen in 20. But
He go there to present his beautiful wife.
you were there?
Maybe it's your mistress.
Maybe. We went to this family reunion down in Louisiana.
Oh, you don't know? You married a long time. That's fine.
That was only 2 years ago.
Yeah, we married a long time ago.
7
Now
years
you're
ago.
asking me on the language?
And I got a bunch of half brothers and sisters from my mother's side of things. And one of my brothers is actually not a half brother, is married to a Filipino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then another one is Santa Claus, who down in Texas. I mean, he looks like Santa Claus. And he was telling poor Loriely a story about when I was 4 years old. How they,
No, when your mom died,
yeah,
6,
when
and
I was 6, yeah.
see? Mm.
My mother passed away when I was 6. And so there's a big, thing going on with that. And I
you
guess
cried.
he came over to the house to try to make me take a bath or something, and that didn't work. Door. So,
I told him, so you see the future of David on that time? He said, yep.
yeah.
Oh, I'll make big hole for a 6-year-old kid.
I didn't want to take a bath, apparently.
That always kind of creeped me out when I went to relatives' house and they tried to have us take baths. Like if we were going, my parents were going away for the weekend or on vacation. It just creeped me out. Especially when they tried to make me take a bath with my cousins.
Yeah, you remember that,
Because he said, your stink, that's your father. Your stink.
Well, who cares? You don't take baths with strangers.
Well, the good thing is we don't have a bathtub.
Yeah, those are fighting words to a 6-year-old. Come on. So,
Wow.
and so at the reunion, I had an epiphany and went,
Yeah, we're opposite. His wife is sweet like yours, Mercury, and I don't know why I'm different. They're asking me, let me sing that David, or it's Loriely from the Philippines, right? Why they look different? Yeah, of course we're not sisters.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. My wife is thinking about coming on right around Christmas and just talking, not on camera, but come up and talk right around Christmas.
Oh, that's nice.
So I gotta figure out an interview for her. So
That's
just
good.
That's good.
yeah, just kind of talk about where she grew up and some of her feelings about she went through Mount Pinatubo eruption and
Mm.
just things like that. Difficult times in life with typhoons and earthquakes and different things. So just perspective because she was young at the time. So I'm kind of excited about that.
When you're doing on it, like the Christmas Day?
Well, we're not sure yet. Hindi ko
Ah,
alam pa. Right around Christmas time. There's going to be a lot of people doing things for Christmas, on Christmas, around Christmas, and uh, if they want to watch, they can come back and watch. But usually, people don't rewatch live streams or not the whole thing anyway, so it doesn't really. So just a time when we know it's clear, and if somebody wants to come in and talk with us, that'd be fine.
Yeah, we like to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I will try to behave.
Oy, makulit mo, di ba?
But I think you got a great topic there. I mean, I'm interviewing people and got some other interviews lined up from all over the place. And one thing because I know you're a little bit of history buff and a science buff, kind of like I got to talk to a older Filipino lady some years ago about surviving the Japanese occupation there.
Right.
And what they went through was, I mean, this is, what, 5 or 6 years ago. But her story is just unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's where you and I are really very similar. I love the World War II era history, and especially when I went to Iloilo on Panay Island in the province of Iloilo. Tito Manding, he was 9 years old when the Japanese invaded, And he sat, and his English was impeccable. And he
Mhm.
sat and talked to me for days, not just hours, days.
That's my grandpa.
He would
He's
come over, buy him a bottle of Imperador and
Mhm.
some ice, and he would sit there the whole day and just tell me about everything. And then he would take me around and show me where the Japanese were, where they dug the wells, what they did as kids, what he had seen. Even right now, giving me goosebumps.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I remember that my grandpa. Grandpa, why you speak so fluent like American? So that's what happened. He knows like everything about this war. And my grandpa said like if there's a Japanese came in, they will hide in the mountain and put a pin and you're a female, they will
Rape you.
rape you.
Yeah. Well, that's what Tito Munding was saying. Like I said, he was 9 years old, but he said they dress like women and try to get the kids to come out. When they'd come out, they'd either bayonet them
Yeah.
or stab them with the swords and things
No.
like that. He said watched a lot of his fellow friends. He was too afraid to even go out to his own family. He hid in the jungle for weeks and weeks at a time.
Yeah, they said they're using the kids.
Yeah, the cage.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have nothing against.
Hey, this is a joke. I don't want trying to criticize. Oh, in our time when we and dive it, and now when the Filipinos see a Japanese because they have much money, oh Japanese, they spread their legs.
Right. Well, I think it's all about situation.
That's what they joke.
Yeah.
Like how Filipino married a lot about Japanese, they forgot how.
Well, just a generation removed.
Yeah, that's what my grandma like. People now really forgot how rude, how cruel is the Japanese to us, and now they just like marrying the Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marguerite, do you like the European history of World War II?
Yes, I do. My grandfather was English. My grandmother was a German,
Ooh.
and they got married. My grandfather was born in 1901. They got married just before World War, or just
One.
after World War One,
Okay.
and they got really verbally abused, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
during World War Two because he married a Kraut, and nobody wanted to be around them at all.
I found the other
He's
day.
a British German.
Yeah, British and German.
Wow.
But Germany was bad.
What
back
a
then.
breed, Mercury. That's why he's a surgeon because of his blood. Tough
Sergeant.
sergeant. What is surgeon? Sergeant. They spell surgeon.
Now we all know why I'm so confused sometimes. But that's okay. But I was going to say, I saw some documentaries the other day that I hadn't seen before. They were on. I want to say, who do we have? Do we have Dish or DirecTV? Dish.
Dish
I think we have Dish.
was the cuts is bad.
And in their DVR collection or whatever you call it, videos on demand or whatever, there's a couple documentaries in there about Germany after the war. And I hadn't seen these before. They're fairly new, and they shedded a new perspective on the life of the Germans after they lost the war.
Oh,
And that was very interesting.
yeah. And how many strength of what's that? Submarine in the water.
Mhm.
On the ocean, how many British submarine?
There was so much propaganda during World War II that the Germans, Japanese, were deathly afraid to be captured by us. And once they were treated humanely, they were extremely surprised. There was whole villages of Japanese people diving off of cliffs and Germans committing suicide because they did not want to be captured. They thought we would do horrible things like they were doing.
Man, and look, I love the Japanese people. I have nothing against Japan. And to be honest, I guess as an American who has some German roots in me, I may still hold a little bit of anger towards the Germans, but what?
No, I'm just like,
Okay, but but man, the Germans and the Japanese, they were vicious during that wartime. They just were.
you never know. They have something to drink next, thinking that humans are cows or dogs.
Could be.
Yeah, that was that. That's what they go in the war to. They take a pill.
Cyanide capsules.
Oh, feeding. Oh yeah,
That can be cool. Yeah, what I never understood, I mean, I get that Hitler was crazy. I get that. But I never understood what, except for imperialism, conquering the world, did Japan ever have to gain, they didn't have any crazy ideology. I guess they just wanted more land. So I never really understood where Japan got so into this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
But if you look throughout history, there's always been war. It's always been cruel. Back in the days, especially up into World War II, it was up close fighting. Now it's from a distance. You push a button, you're not seeing the effect of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But to like the SS with the concentration camps, excuse me, that just blows my mind. That how one human could treat another human being like that.
Oh, that was the other video that's out. There's a new video about those out too. That will just rip your guts out. Will just rip your guts out watching that. And it just
Coming from what I've seen in combat where I was, it way different than what I'm seeing on video from like World War II. Vietnam was a totally different thing. I think the turning point may have been the Korean War,
yeah.
but the it just it I you'd pull into a village like the Village of Hope when we're rebuilding after we blew it up, dozed it down, then we were building the people, and I had to pull security. The kids coming up just begging for water, begging for whatever little bit we could, giving them MREs, bringing out candies and stuff. And we were told don't do it because they'll keep coming back, and it distracts from the mission. But when you see a little kid and they're hungry, what are you going to do? You're going to feed them.
Yeah. Oh, Mercy's here. Hello, Have Mercy. How are you doing today? Say hi, Lorelai. Hi, Lorelai.
Hello, Mercy. How you doing today?
Say,
we're talking about history that I don't know. That's quiet.
You know what is really wonderful, and that's one thing that I'm grateful for. My wife is interested in the same exact things I am. When it comes, she'll sit down and watch the History Channel. She loves space ever since I was a kid. The Apollo missions.
Yeah.
If there's a space launch or there's anything to do with space, she's right there, and she's the one telling me, "Oh, we got to turn this on." Yeah, it's great. It's great to have that connection.
It is.
One thing is I don't like when David was watching in the 30 years ago movie. That's what I don't like.
30 years ago movie, that's like brand new.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you might find this a little odd. We have what is the name of that channel? It's 72 on ours, but it plays movies from like the 20s, 30s, 40s. Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, all Gone with the Wind. All these, and I like to watch those, and so does my wife. She loves the Beverly Hillbillies. She loves the older shows. So, and just to hear her laughing at Granny, she loves Granny. She just loves it, and it's a great connection. We don't get in every once in a while. We watch like The Big Bang Theory, something like that, but usually it's like Andy Griffith. If Don Knotts was still alive, I'd have to worry because my wife would be trying to date him, I think.
You've been that. under on the car.
Have
I just-
mercy. If you want to join us, I dropped the link. You're welcome to pop up here and give Lorelei some moral support. So
I like to watch Mercury, but if I watch like twice, I think my brain capacity is very big, and I remember it like, oh man, this is what happened. That one is annoying me. So I need to watch this same time all the time. Like me.
Well, my wife doesn't like when I talk to the TV. So
well, now look, I agree with you.
No, I
on that.
talk in the TV because David keep watching like 3 or 5 times. They're like, yeah, why we keep watching those? There's a lot of movie to watch.
Lorelei doesn't understand why I watch Star Trek or other movies 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 50, 200 times.
right. Well, we just watched the original Star Trek series.
Oh, that's the good one.
Yeah,
The latest one.
and
No.
my wife likes that.
No, the latest
Um,
one.
we've got a projector and we have Netflix upstairs, so we just project it on the ceiling over the bed, so we can just lay there and we got a big screen TV right on the ceiling. It's pretty nice.
That's good.
So we watched every season of that, and I think she's ready to pretty much start it over again.
See?
Yeah, but not within 1 month. You can keep watching it.
There's a new channel that popped up in the last month or so on ours that shows all of the Star Trek movies every weekend.
The only
What
ones,
is-
like the Deep Space Nine, I'm not really into that. Um, After the original, I kind of lost some interest in it. But the original Star Trek, they've got Buck Rogers on every once in a while, and we'll watch that a little bit.
Yeah, like the Criminal Minds keep repeating, so I hate it.
Yeah, the whole series on Netflix on it too, Criminal
Yeah,
Minds.
it's good, but it's keep repeating. Like I don't know.
Hey, Margaret, if you didn't know this, J3 is a huge Star Trek fan.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
And we were talking about it today.
Yeah, the new one, the new series.
The new series on it.
Yeah, like the girl is Chinese, the captain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and the lady is the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember those?
I do remember them. We haven't
Yeah.
watched them yet. We've been saving them.
Yeah, only one episode we watched, but that's a good one. At least it's a new people, New, not really like.
Well, if they're new people, are you calling me old people? Because I like watching the old ones.
Hey, there's an older. They're Amagron. What's that called? The Amaron. Amadon. How they call that one?
What do you mean?
Agmaron. Oh, you keep watching that one? You don't know?
What? Describe it a little bit.
It look like a very superior
The Admiral.
admiral. Yeah, he's an old guy there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's time to be ageist to me.
Did I just hear ageist?
Hey, I'm just making fun because it's sexist, racist. Hey,
Well,
Hello, our good friend. from-
Lorelei, if this makes you feel any better, when you get my age, you can watch the same movie over and over because Alzheimer's, every time you watch it, it's a new movie.
oh,
You save money on discs.
That's right. Yeah.
So we're saving you money.
I can't wait to be old.
Inspired retired expat and
Aloha from Hawaii. Workout complete. Oh, finally.
they do a family workout.
Every day, huh? Just cutting a wall, make a dinner for family so I can hear the discussion from the kitchen on my smart TV. Wow, you got a really fancy house there.
Well, here's something funny. The Hapsters, if you don't know them, are actually from from Hawaii also, and she's in the process of making dinner. How about that?
Well, you all guys serve us. We're getting hungry.
Well, we're gonna come to Hawaii and eat.
Hawaiian.
After deer season, we went off our diet. We were on the keto diet. Well, tonight I had raviolis. Oh,
Oh,
I have some regret on that one.
did you subscribe on those keto program?
Say again?
Did you subscribe on those keto program? Like they're sending you a free meal?
No. I
No.
just did research and I lost 53 pounds. And then during hunting season, when I was out with my boys, we've got traditions and I went off in it. And now I'm saying, we can wait until after the new year. So hopefully I don't gain too much back, but
Oh, you need
go
to
back
send
Yeah.
on
the
it.
link. You need to send the link to us.
Well, yeah, give us a rundown of what the keto diet is because we actually don't know, but
Well, it's a high fat, moderate protein, no carbohydrate, no sugar diet. So when I went on it, my wife says, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't give up rice." I said, "Hun, if you want to fix your problems, and a lot of ladies have problems with their menstrual time. They get cramps and stuff. And when she went on that, within a month and a half, zero pain, zero cramp. It'd sneak up on her, and my arthritis was less. Some of the other inflammation that I have in my body was less. So I like it, and I lost weight, which also helped with the arthritis, less pressure on the joints.
Well, if you have a time for us, Mercury, maybe you can share.
hey, Mercury, did you see that inspired haircut? That was exactly what you were talking about
Wow.
in Iraq.
I don't have my glasses. I'm Maku Litigan.
Okay, hold on. Text us register hungry. Thumbs up, guys. Okay.
Oh, he was in Kirkuk.
Wow.
I was in I was on VBC Victory Base Complex. I was PSD for a route clearance unit. So we would travel from BIOP, VBC through the Green Zone, Irish up to Anaconda, Taji, wherever they needed us, wherever they needed a secure escort. That was my job.
How long is the snow?
Say again?
How long is the snow that happened in the Iraq in 2007?
Oh, it didn't last very long. As soon as it hit the ground, it was big, huge flakes. As soon as it hit the ground, it was pretty much, yeah, it was melted. A lot of mud, putik.
Ooh, that's
It's real slimy mud too.
yeah.
Not normal mud.
It's almost turned to a clay, huh?
Yeah. So inspired retired expat, he knows
Hey,
he experienced a similar thing. The locals thought God was trying to tell him something. I said, "Yeah, put your stuff down and let us go home."
then inspired retired said that yes, I was in the same place in Baghdad when it closed out in. Why you keep hold on? Yeah, I was in the same place in Baghdad when it's closed out in. I think it's 2011. Glad to be out. I was in Qatar too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I was in Camp Beering
same.
in Kuwait a couple of times, 4 times.
You
But
know, as
that's as close to Qatar as I got.
yeah.
So what
But
battalion?
anyway, did you say hello? You're hungry. Did my wife say hello to you? Just want to make sure
Yeah.
she's behaving. Well, the one thing is, what was that movie, Heartbreak Ridge, where Clint Eastwood is telling the colonel or whoever, well, we definitely chewed some of was it the same dirt or something like that? Remember that, Mercury?
I remember the movie, but I'd have to watch it again because I forgot. See, that's the good thing about rewatching movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm the one who watched it, I remember the whole thing too.
I haven't watched that. That came out in the mid '80s, maybe.
Oh no, like
No,
this came out not in the '90s. It had to be mid
was it?
'90s. Yeah, I just watched it the other day. I watched it a lot.
I'll be back.
But they were. Oh, this is about Grenada. So the movie was out in the '90s about the Grenada invasion back in the '80s.
Okay. Yeah, I
raised
haven't
him.
seen that in years. I watched it a long time ago. The funny thing was, is he always came out with a different colored shirt. I remember that,
Yeah, yeah.
and they were always wrong.
Yeah,
So,
but I like that part. Well, where we sure the hell had chewed some of the same dirt.
and there is a little bit to that when you meet another veteran, and a lot of times you don't discuss everything, but you'll know when somebody was actually there and what they actually did, where they were. But there's a bond. Even you didn't serve in the same place at the same time, or as long as you were in country, there is a bond there.
The day I'm born.
Come out in '86, but wasn't the Grenada War? So it came out that quick after Grenada actually happened? Because wasn't Grenada maybe 1980 or 82? I should look it up, but I don't have my
Go sleep there.
history hat on.
You sleep. Go there.
Yeah, 1986 is about the time I got my first vehicle and started really dating. So I probably didn't watch too many movies about then.
You're watching girls.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Well, how
David graduated in high school.
are we the same age? 'Cause I graduated in '86 high school.
I went in the army in 1987.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
Hey, we sure the heck used some of the same
Well,
time.
well, we sure are hell should some of the same. What is it missing now?
Let me pull it up so you can
We were
understand.
sure as hell should some of the same dirt, sir.
See, he
Same
remembers.
dirt, sir.
Yeah. Well,
Well, in the 86, there's the start of a crime in the 80s.
because you were born.
There's a move, or there's a, what's that? Like all the changing of the American in 80s.
Was there?
Yeah, like the most
How
lot
do,
of
how do you know you were a baby?
yeah. I watch an ID channel, like ID channel, the crime in the 80s, because all the
Wealth.
party and starting and all the
She's thinking about
casino or
you're
anything.
thinking about the introduction of the ramping up of cocaine sales in
Yeah.
America.
Like everything happened in the 80s.
Yeah. 80s were wonderful.
Yeah, the best 80s.
Mercury and I, we chewed some of the same time. We know about the 80s.
I enlisted 21 September 1980.
When I was a kid, you back in the 80s, I prayed for a pocket full of quarters and good shoes to walk down to the arcade.
That's right, buddy. That's right. That's right.
You know,
And so did
playing
retired X-Men.
Galaga, Pac-Man.
Yeah. Galaxy Corner. What was the other? Joust was one of the
Centipede.
real pinball machines.
Yeah.
So
I played that too.
we've chewed some of the same time.
I love Big Dog. Big Dog.
Dig
They
Dug.
turned Dig Dug. Yeah, Donkey Kong came out not too long after that too.
Yeah.
Then the other big thing, especially when the girls were around, going roller skating at the local roller rink. They
Oh,
turned
yeah.
a huge movie theater we had here. They turned into a big old roller rink,
No, that's
and
fun.
it was 50 cents to get in, and then you had to have at least 50 cents to get a popcorn and a soda for the day.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. You figure out how to make money now.
Well, and I don't know how many parking lots in the back of pickup trucks we all sat and hang around in, back in the summers. Or how much cruising we did up and down and around. So
Yeah, whoever had the car had the most friends.
that's right.
Yeah, they've been put on the back of the truck.
And do you remember mopeds? I mean, true mopeds.
I had an AMF moped. Yes, I did. With the pedals and yep, you had that. Yep, I had one.
Yeah, they were before their time. Pretty much. Like I said,
That's why you're
we sure have chewed some of the same time, ma'am.
When I first started going to the movies by myself in the late 70s, a matinee on Saturday was 15 cents. A can of soda was 10 cents, and a candy bar was 10 cents. So I could get into the movies for about 45 cents and have a candy bar and a soda. I was a pretty rich man.
Oh hell, I roller skated slow with the girls and learned to kiss behind the arcade machine in there.
That's right.
Laughing aloud. Ooh, you what?
Yeah, we didn't bother to hide behind anything. There, you just find a dark corner, the makeout corner at the roller rink, and everybody was kind of over there.
Yeah,
Oh man, where's the crime begin?
the lights were down and the spros were going.
I said, oh neighbors, we don't know that you're there.
The first movie I saw with a true date / girlfriend.
Date you went. Oh, that's a really good movie.
That
I have
wasn't the
a
first date.
you
It
said
was the first movie.
you said, oh, that's really. Oh my God, you don't know Loriely? That's a really big deal. And in the end, says, that's my first day. I drove. We watched E.T. I was
before or something.
just dropping by to say hi. Will's journey.
I made the mistake of asking a girl what movie she wanted to go to because I was going to take her. She took me to the Breakfast Club, Molly Ringwald and all them. Wow,
What it
never.
If you want to come up, Lorelai needs assistance. She's the only girl here.
Hi, David and
And-
Lorelai. Hi, Will.
That's called a force multiplier, David.
I remember that. Remember the movie. And it was like $1 or something, maybe 50 cents. I can't remember, but it was cheap. Not, no, back then it wasn't cheap, but comparatively now, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really sprung on this girl when I was 16,
Oh my
and her
God.
dad was a state police officer, and I bought the car that I was taking her on a date from him, and I showed up to pick her up to take her. The very first Batman was coming out, and he's sitting there cleaning his pistol. He says, "Just remember, my ass sat in that car, and just remember, I know how to drive it." And he looked at his gun. We can take care of things, and both can disappear. I was scared crapless.
I dated a girl in high school a little bit. I mean, liked her. She liked, we started this dating process. So I went to go pick her up at her house one night. I had a car, so, she was a year younger. And we got there. Her mother hated me so badly that she wouldn't let her daughter go out and leave the house with me. So I've had some weird experiences too. So
Seriously, they have a COVID?
Will's journey, are you not feeling too well?
No, they have COVID. I don't know.
Well, that's correct.
Slowing. Will's praying you are all going to be okay. Man,
So
that sucks.
you had COVID, which means you're getting better then, I hope. And people don't think COVID is real.
I've had 4 family members contract it, and 2 of them said it was like having nothing, and 2 of them said they thought they were going to die. So it affects everybody a little bit differently.
It does. It definitely affects everybody much differently. It's, it's around for any of these Spanish flu that happened 100 years ago. Maybe, hopefully she's asymptomatic. We've been very blessed. I have tested positive.
we're kind of wondering if we didn't have it at the beginning of last year because all of us in the house were sick. I mean, really bad flu symptoms. Couldn't even pick our heads off the pillow, all three of us. Thank God for 2 restrooms. And it was horrible. And then they said this came out, but they shut down the schools at that time. They called it the flu. And then all of
Yep.
a sudden, everybody started catching it. We could have had it already and not even known it.
There's a good chance. I mean, we don't know how long it's actually been floating around. You know, being an old science guy, like you know, how it's going to affect, what's going to happen. So changes in this can happen, and we can have a whole other mess on our hands, or nothing.
Yeah, these things going around isn't nothing new to humanity. It's just we've become so dependent on medical science that there are, science is just a scientific guess. There's no facts in science. It's scientifically suggested. So if anybody ever says it's scientific fact, I don't believe in facts, scientific facts. It's scientifically suggested until proven differently.
I agree. As a science guy, I agree. You know, the whole concept of having an actual fact. And the word, hey, this is factual, is thrown out just unbelievably abusively, in my perspective.
I agree with that. The same thing with fingerprints. They said no 2 people have fingerprints. They can't prove it until they find 2 people with the same fingerprints. It can't be proven.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
right.
you've got people with no fingerprints.
Yes.
So if they have 0 fingerprints and there's multiple people, technically they have the same fingerprints. It's 0 fingerprints. It's still a fingerprint. So, based on my science, I think science is a suggestion. It's not a fact until proven differently.
And I think everything's that way. I mean, I tell my wife everything she says is a suggestion, not a fact. Especially like, hey, can you take the trash out? Or hey, can you do the dishes?
I never asked you to take your trash out. I'm the one who's taking the trash.
So it's scientifically proven you don't take out the trash.
No,
What?
Or is that a suggestion?
that's funny. Well, we definitely hope Will's journey is definitely not impacted negatively by all of this.
Yeah, I wonder if he should have the symptoms.
You know?
Hope for a quick recovery and good health, long-term health.
And if there's anything we can do for you, just let us know. We're only up here in Arkansas. So you're not that far.
We'll be there by January in Texas.
Yeah, we got to be in Houston on the 11th. But I can ship Loriely to you if you need a yah-yah.
Been sucks for a couple days today. I feel better. My husband never had fever, unlike me. Oh, she's the one getting
Good.
fat.
Well, that's good. That hopefully that means that you didn't. It's not
My
going to.
husband is doing fine, but
Yeah.
she's the one who got a hit on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and for her, and you guys can all chime in on this. The logic is she came from another country.
Yeah, she's new from here, so maybe
Right.
that's an adjustment on the weather, all the allergy,
Yeah, it could be weakening her body.
her immune system.
So if she got COVID,
Yeah.
then that could cause her to be more positive and have more problems with her husband. Just like you, when you first got here, you had, months.
Multiple allergy.
I mean, you went through hell to get the first year you were here, health-wise, from an allergy and environmental standpoint.
Yeah, my wife, she went through, and my son went through a lot of things. The adjustment in food, change in diet, change in environment, dry weather versus humid weather. It really wreaked havoc on their immune system, and they got colds constantly. My first wife, she got here, and she ended up contracting fungal pneumonia, and that's what she passed away from fungal pneumonia. And there's only
That-
been 2 cases in this part of the state that's ever happened. She's one of them, and they don't know if she got it off our land or if it was from gardening. Those are the 2 places, and they can't tie it to that. But those are the suggestions.
Yeah, I've actually had that, believe it or not. That's one of my my
Just go,
issues.
when you went to the coma.
Oh no, that was the year when they did the big
The one the section here. What is that like?
the
Yeah, I've been.
intravenous V's. Yeah,
Yeah, just like your blood problem.
yeah. I had to
That
see a specialist for almost a year and a half to get rid of it.
Yeah, every 12 hours I give him.
Or every 8 hours,
No, that's 12.
I had to take the so I had to give myself the antibiotics through a PICC line,
Yeah, I have.
Oh yeah.
you know. And
Well, they diagnosed her and sent her home with stuff for bacterial. That when that wasn't working, then they tried viral, and then they tested her. Actually, did a swab of her lungs. Then they found out it was fungal, and then it was too late.
Yep. And I guess that's where, I got lucky. I got a lung condition called sarcoidosis, and I've had it for years. And so I was under the direct care all the time of a pulmonologist. And, so there was no lag. You over to this specialist, and they did a bunch of tests, and boom. So I was blessed in that fact that I.
Yeah, you keep cutting out a little bit every once in a while. Not as bad as last week. I have a question for Loriely. When you first came to America, what time of the year was it?
August
Oh,
20.
same as my wife, August 7th.
No, I'm here at 20.
It was 72 degrees. I'm walking around in shorts, and she wanted to wear a jacket. Did you feel the same way?
No,
It was hot here.
it was
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah. Then our wedding, like everybody's complaining that I don't know. I think I'm amphibian. Because when it's cold, I feel nothing. When it's warm, I feel nothing.
We got married 30 days later, right?
Yeah,
Score one for me.
nothing worked out.
30 days later, but do you remember the date?
The 20th.
Well, that's the thing. After we got married, instead of just getting rings, I got her a really nice engagement ring and wedding ring. But then we decided, with my everything that I do, to have it tattooed, the wedding date with a heart tattooed to our finger. So we got matching tattoos. So you can never take it off.
So you tattoo. So
We're losing connection. Give us. Sorry. Are we back?
Yeah, you're in and out. You're back now.
So she was asking him, what did you do about your wedding ring?
Did you tattoo on your wedding finger?
Yes, we tattooed our wedding date with a heart on our wedding finger, matching tattoos.
Our names. Yeah. So where did you tattoo in the
We tattooed our wedding date on our ring finger, our left hand ring finger.
uh-huh.
And mine kind of getting messed up over the years. I smash my knuckles constantly, but it's all good. At least I can look down at my hand and remember the date.
But not in the skin.
I know the tattoo's in the skin.
That's what I'm saying. We
Ah.
tattoo in the Man, that's tough. That's great.
Kunte kunte.
No, I don't want to.
My son and his wife thought it was such a good idea. They ended up tattooing their wedding date with a tree representing life together on their ring
Really?
finger, and it turned out very nice.
Huh. Is that a good one? No.
Yeah.
No. Journey, I mean, that it's a course. If you put others' name on your body.
Yeah. A lot of tattoo artists will tell you, getting a picture of your wife or I love blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah
anything like
will,
dedicated to somebody you love is a course.
will cause
It's a bad luck.
your marriage to break up.
Or separated, or
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a bad luck. So if you want to do that with your name or just memorable, like anything that reminds of him, but not his face or not his name.
That's what cover up tattoos are for. I've got one huge cover up on my arm. It started out a name down my arm when I went to Iraq, and by the time I got home, I had to get a Griffin to cover it. So it goes, instead of just down the middle of the arm, it now goes from the front of the shoulder, back of the shoulder, and down to my elbow.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
big
funny.
one.
But
That's a really big.
That's funny.
I should have just taped a chalkboard to my arm.
Yep. It was a crowny thing style.
Yeah, that's why I told David when David asked like about the wedding ring. So no, I don't want a lot of diamonds. I'm a old fashioned. I want a plain with a one stone sticking on it. Because usually here in America, like they have diamonds. I don't like those because it will not last longer because the tiny diamonds will fall apart.
Put it on your house insurance. That's what my mom did.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Over the years, her diamond fell out. She was so distraught over it.
Yeah,
Turned it in on the insurance, and they covered it and had a new one. But the sentimental value wasn't there. But
yeah.
Well, now, let me tell you the truth about how this happened.
Oh, you tell me how bad I am again?
No, I'm telling you how wonderful you are. When
woohoo, chismosa!
when we were going through this process, Lorelei, without me asking, point blankly told me without question in great detail about what the engagement ring was going to be, what it had to be, how big it had to be,
What's
the
the
carat of
design?
gold, the design, the whole 9 yards, and that was it.
He gave the list to
To the jeweler,
the
and said,
jewelry. Oh,
this is what she wants, and you figure it out. And he said, sure.
Well, since I started learning Tagalog, David, I've learned a lot of irony in the translation to things. There's a famous prison in America called Sing Sing,
Yes.
and you usually got sent there for life. In Tagalog, ring is Sing Sing. So when you get married, you have a life sentence. I had that epiphany, and my wife just don't think it's funny.
That's cool, man.
life sentence. A good sentence.
We never said it was bad, would we?
I just said it was a life sentence. I didn't say it was a bad thing.
The Calvary.
Calvary. But I thought it was funny when I went to my jeweler and said, "Hey, I need to get an engagement
Was
ring."
Jordan is laughing about my. Hey, that's how you.
Yes, same. You know,
This is the carrot. The color.
I told him, I said, "Hey,
It's a
Dan,
Tiffany ring.
I need to get an engagement ring." He's like, "Oh, wow, that's really cool." And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "You know what you want?" And I said, "Here, let me just give you what you told me to buy." So
It's like when my grandpa used to give me a note to buy cigarettes, and then pretty soon I started making my own notes, and the lady behind the counter said, "Doesn't look like your grandpa wrote this." I grabbed the note and ran out. That's when I started smoking.
Mark.
I learned to do the note thing with my leaving school.
Yeah, they need a signature. Then I told my mom, you need to skip a little bit there because too close to the letter. Because I will add a snacks.
No. So Lorelai added snacks to our list for everyone.
Makulit.
Yeah, mom, we need a space. Why? You see, it's hard to determine. You're stretching the order. So I will put well with under.
I used to get really good at forging my dad's signature on my detention slips at school.
We got to the point when I was in high school that I didn't have to do notes anymore. I just told them I wasn't coming or I was leaving.
Yeah, that was elementary.
And, they were happy to get me out of there. So they didn't care. So,
Well, I like school. Ever since I was young, I had life goals. One was to get out of mom and dad's house. That's the first one. I have 4 brothers. I had to get out of there. And I was the second oldest. And 2 of the younger ones were just heck on feet, man. So I had to ditch as fast as I could. That's why I joined the Army. My drill sergeant was better to live with than my brothers.
no.
And I really, that was my goal. I wanted to make a career out of the military. I wanted to be a police officer, a firefighter, and an astronaut. Haven't been able to get NASA to hire me yet, but still trying.
Thank you, Miss Emerald. Heart post. Thanks for your thumbs up.
Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Lorelai needs female support because she's outwitted and outmanned by Mercury and I know J3's hanging in the background. So
I'll check you later, Miss Emerald. What's your presence there?
Well, I could be like Michael V in that one video that he did on YouTube. Well, actually, it's not YouTube. It was, I can't remember where it was. Hindi ko bakla babae ako.
Ah, that's what it's called. Yeah, he's a actor and became a singer that is good on like singing a male song here than female voice or
I got you. A double agent.
Michael V is one of my favorite Filipino actors. He's very good. I like watching him. What's that, Bubblegum Gang?
Yeah.
I like watching him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went and saw some Filipino star. What was his name? Ricky Iglesias or something? Ricky somebody?
Yeah, I always Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin? Was
I
he
don't
the
know. I always
Filipino guy?
quote his name. He's a singer. Maybe your wife knows that one.
You know, one very awesome surprise. I took my wife for a weekend getaway to Manila, and we stayed at the City State Hotel. I did not know that Freddie Aguilar built a bar in there.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden, my wife and I showed up that weekend, and Freddie Aguilar was there. He came and sat at our table, and he actually sang to us. Such an awesome guy. Such an awesome guy.
maybe think that
Miss Emerald, you can join us if you like.
this is a really like maybe looking at your personality and this is a good one to entertain to be in our.
He saw that he was, filthy rich.
That's, I try not to read it. I try to not to speak it, but he see a dollar in his face.
So, you know, Freddie Aguilar?
Yeah, because he say that you're a good out. You're a good person and treating your
Pogi. I like
girlfriend.
I'm like Pogi.
Oh, whatever. I didn't see your face.
Whatever.
I didn't
Whatevs.
see your face. David.
Oh, Champri.
Waffle.
No, Pogi is guapo. He's saying that he's a guapo.
He's waffle like me.
I said I didn't see his face.
Well, Journey, we hope you guys get feeling much better, especially.
I say I'm going. Drink tea before you're going to sleep.
Will's
Stay hydrated.
journey to the Philippines. We'll keep you in our prayers. We hope you get better quick, and hopefully we can hear from you.
Yeah, stay in touch. They're good people.
Oh, 1 week now, so I hope they're in good recovery.
we hope they
Get rest in those clothes.
take your zinc. I think zinc is helping to ward off bad things.
Yeah.
Zinc.
Zinc or tea,
Tea? What kind?
honey,
Honey tea?
honey with green tea.
What about lemon tea?
Was Journey knows that she's a Filipino. She knows all those.
Oh. Well,
I'm not trying to be a
yes, you are.
racist.
Hoy, before you're ageist, now you're racist. What is going on this channel? I'm so
Have you
confused.
Hi
No.
guys, Armin Dory.
Hello, OMJ. How are you doing today? I can
Hey,
rhyme.
guys. How's it going down yonder?
There's another letter next.
Is another letter next?
Yeah, don't be a. Yes, I
Well,
have drinking all kinds of hot drinks. That's good.
My wife's yelling at me because I'm apparently slow on the clicker. So,
Because you're blocking it.
well, I'm working. I'm working it. Yes. So
Mercury, I'm his best enemy in the YouTube.
Hindi pa. Gusto mo laban? Hay.
Maybe you ordered a lot of drinks on that time, Mercury. That's why Freddie
Maybe.
Aguilar went to your table. And you have a beautiful wife. That's why.
now, if you guys don't know each other, which I think everybody does, make sure you get to know each other. And anybody and everybody's welcome to come up and join us.
Yeah, we'll end up with 11 maybe now.
Yeah, we're going to close out at 11 tonight. Loriely has appointments in the morning. So,
Was about to get in bed and saw you guys on live. Oh, we'll be until 11 Mindoro journey.
they're a good couple.
How you doing there?
He's guapo like us too.
I like their icons though. How was that profile?
And their badge.
Yeah, like those cartoony.
Yeah, the palmy trees.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to get to the point when they retire they can live in Mindora.
Mm.
Him and
It's 10
Triple-
years, right?
Yeah, him and Triple J are buddies.
Mhm. What's up? What's up?
The Triple
man?
J is everybody's buddy, and everybody needs to go watch his videos to help them with that. So
So it's snowing now. Okay. You know what? I don't know. Maybe Mercury, you can answer this because you have all the answer anyway.
poor Mercury.
Hoy, nagmula sa'yo. Hoy.
Uh-huh. It says in the radar, we have a snow.
Ano daw?
A radar? Can you explain it to me?
No,
Radar?
you're-
Doppler radar?
Yeah, weather forecast in the live radar.
I don't need radar. I have arthritis. It'll tell me 24 hours in advance.
Oh, sugar.
I know
And
that.
it's saying it's snowing, but we don't see any snow.
I keep trying to tell her it's in the clouds. It's not hitting the ground yet.
You're watching the wrong channel. Fake news. I heard a lot about that recently.
Hey, it's in my phone.
Is there a lot of fake news? out
And I
there?
don't really understand this because it's in the snow. The snow is making evaporation and condense and it drop to become a rain. So we're the snow in
But
the snow.
It's so fine that it's staying in the clouds.
Yeah.
You understand?
I think that's the clouds create a snow
Well, go look,
drop.
maybe it's snow.
Yeah.
You should go look out the door.
It's from evaporation, condensation, then melting. That's the same thing.
But it's so fine that it's hung up in the clouds. It's not being
Good
forced
night,
out.
Mike. I'll be in 7 in the morning. I'll go to bed soon. Yeah, I have appointment tomorrow, so I need to be pretty there. Good night, Mike. Who's Mike?
Mike, he's from Armendar Journal. He's the guy. He's a good guy. He works for the
What's
state of Mississippi.
Oh man, Joe, I like your brain, Joe. You know all these people names. No snow here yet. I doubt we'll get any snow. Oh, my snow is still in the backyard.
I am 2 hours from Canada. Very close. and we have no snow yet. Last year we got it second week of October.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
excited.
I'll show you how David did it.
Guys get the snow, you get it though.
It's nothing to get over 180, 220, 30 inches a year.
That's crazy.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I was going to show you something.
Oh, it's only a few minutes. Don't get bored, Mercury. Or J3.
She's beating me with snowballs.
See, he can even hit me because I'm good on
Lorelai, you throw like a girl.
So in the end, what he will throw me in the ground.
See, I'm trying to be nice and not hit her.
He stuck on me.
What, just midges long? Ano yan? Walang sapatos?
Oh, yes.
Hi?
No, I'm just wearing a hat and a really thin pajama.
We're tough in Arkansas, buddy.
No.
Yeah, you actually have more snow down in Arkansas than we have in northern Michigan. We have 0.
Oh, there you go. See, David is harassing me there now.
Here comes the fake. Yeah, she took that fake guy to make me look bad.
See, that's the snow in my mouth. And I can hardly breathe.
You should have finished it off with a face wash.
No.
I was trying to be nice.
Man, I can hardly
Oh.
breathe. You want a face wash in my face?
All's fair in love and snowball fights. You know how the old saying goes.
Like that?
Gagging?
Yeah, I was gagging because I can't breathe.
She was gagging on snow.
Because it put straight to my mouth and I really ate it.
Because you
Well-
opened your mouth.
Well, with David being a science guy and me learning over the years, there are actually things called snow fleas. You can look that up. And also, just because it's frozen doesn't mean it's bacteria free. A lot of bacteria and viruses live in cold environments, and when they're thawed, can reactivate and make you sick. So don't eat snow, people. Especially the yellow snow. Don't eat the yellow snow.
Hey, I know that in the Philippines, the snow is not edible.
Yeah, don't eat the
But
yellow.
I kept laughing and David threw in my face.
Like it's my fault.
Then it went directly straight. It like
You want to know what?
what?
It didn't hurt me any.
Oh, you could even hit me. Then
didn't
wait,
try.
see, you see how who's the sportsmanship on that one?
I didn't even try.
He's mad because he cannot hit me, so he really
No, I
throw
didn't
me
try.
on the ground.
Come on now, Lorelai. We prefer sports person here.
Hey, I'm not the one who get mad. I don't throw David in the ground.
Well, I didn't throw you in the ground. I just made you.
He didn't throw you on the ground. He was helping you because maybe the earth was just twisting so much he thought you would fall. So he's helping you gently to the earth.
The pull with the gravity.
Yeah, you know, he's just watching out for your best interest. That's what I saw. You know, it's all an interpretation.
I think it's a compliment that I'm weigh like a paper.
Yeah,
we
there you go. Yeah.
We showed it to a police officer friend, and he agreed with me. So
See, he's mean.
See, no.
See, Mercury is David. Only J3 is a nice one. J3 I need to fight. Or Mindoro Journey is laughing.
yeah, he's laughing at you because he knows us men are right.
No, I don't know that.
He knows. Trust me. I can see it in his eyes. He knows. He knows the ins and the outs of living in Filipina.
You can see his eyes. You can see his eyes.
I just noticed how much your wife eye rolls when you're talking.
Right? Right? And I do the same to her. That's why we work so well, because
Hey,
we both think we're full of crap.
I remember David's sister told like, when did you just learn how to roll your eyes?
I'm good at it. That's okay.
Well, this is how I my behavior before I get married to David, and that's the evidence is the engagement ring.
See,
You were so sweet before.
I raise one eyebrow and I squint the other and just look at somebody, you know, like my wife, my kids. Now, my wife, she squints both eyes. I get terrified. I get the Filipina stare, I'm done. I'm out of that room. I'm toggle.
Man, mine is like a burning eyes. Like David knows that one already. Like, jeez.
The problem with me though is, you know, for me, I just can't take anything serious. It's like, see that eye rolling? It happens all the time, but it's kind of like, whatever. If you're mad, go sulk on the couch.
I got a funny story for you.
Whatever.
When my daughter was a teenager, the eye roll, I mean, the dramatic eye roll was so bad. One day I just had enough of it, and I'm doing dishes and cleaning up the kitchen. She come in there and she's asking questions. Ah, eye roll, and I grabbed her by the head and said, "Holy crap, we got to keep those things in there." She looked at me like, "What?" I said, "I thought your eyes were gonna roll right out of your head. I'm just trying to help you out." She never came into the kitchen for the rest of the night.
Oh, funny.
Hey, you know, I have a talent. I can roll my eyes like perfectly circular.
Our Mendoral journey. Be good, guys. Everyone take care. He's going to bed because
Uh,
he has to get up and do some
Have a
work.
good night, Michael. We appreciate you.
no,
Yeah.
MC trying to tell that.
Man,
Uh,
she's looking real
OMG trying to tell don't get side involved.
good. Don't take sides. But he's already taken a side. He's a guy.
Yeah, whatever. Next time, put your wife there.
Yeah, she's on the channel.
I mean, doing
But based on his job and who he is, I think he's impartial. He has to be impartial to be that kind of an individual and do the job that he has to do.
I think
Now me on the other hand, I'm retired. I can have an opinion,
I think we have a
and I think David's right all the time.
See?
hey.
And
You're sexist and you're ageist.
and I
No,
know,
I'm not. I'm just.
Hey, you're ageist.
and I absolutely know Mercury's right, and I know J3's right,
Uh-huh.
and I know Mike's right, even though he has to hide it
No,
sometimes.
J3 and I are friends, right? J3.
So
That's not what he told me yesterday.
Ah,
No, I'm just joking. I don't want to get J3 in trouble. I'm just joking.
yeah, I know.
Joke lang.
You never
Sasakyan kita.
see. You never see a. Just kidding.
J3 is a good guy.
He is. He's a good guy.
Hey, I don't know if you hear this saying in the Philippines or our song. Uh, hold on. Ay, Jeff Rocks, ang bait mo naman sana kunin ka ni Lord. It means like, hey, Jeff Rocks, you're a very good guy. Hope that God will take you soon. You know what I'm saying? So don't be so good guy because you will dead soon. Because bad guys live longer.
It's kind of like a little chant.
Yeah.
Kind of like we say here, only the good die young.
Right.
Yeah. That's why they just go.
Well, the only thing I have to say is sasakyan kita.
He's a bad man. The I will around.
Anong lahat gusto mo? Makulit ako, di ba?
Feel the flying saucer later.
Oh, now we have to be good. OMJ told us to be good. We'll wait till he's sleeping, then we'll get naughty again. We're like the teenagers.
July.
You know,
Right.
if you can give me a couple of minutes, I gotta kiss this very beautiful lady good evening. She's
Aw.
going to bed. She's going to bed, and
Okay.
I really
Oh.
wanna.
Hi,
It'll only
Dara.
be a little bit.
Okay.
Was Joe Jason? I'm friends with everyone.
He
Hey,
is.
Jason, you're not really in my side.
He's only in your side. If I give him the okay to be in your side.
See? Hey, J3, what's up?
So
We just talked there yesterday.
well, he's hanging out. He's
Safe.
yes. You know.
Mendoran journey.
Let's
Is that the
see.
one that her daughter is in the cheer?
Basketball?
Oh, yeah.
I think I think your daughter's in basketball. They got a new video out about that.
Yeah.
Think
The
it's
other one and the
basketball.
other one is a cheer dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got two.
You sure?
The one who looks like really him. The younger one is the basketball player. We're friends in Facebook.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and the older one looks like her mom.
Okay.
Yeah. But the youngest one is really look like him as in but in a female version.
That's good.
Yeah, really look like him. But
Hmm.
it's a darker skin than the elder one. But she's really like him.
Well, I hope we get enough stitches there on him. Sure.
Yeah, it looks like his dad. Like, yeah.
Loriely.
Well, unlike other people, they're telling that they can tell the face by where they province came
Yeah, when he
from.
gets back, I'm going to explain to him what you did this week.
What?
When,
I-
when Mercury comes back, I'm going to tell him what you did.
Well, I've been back. I'm waiting to be able to talk. Lorelai's been talking the whole time. I didn't have a chance. Oh, now I'm talkist. Sorry.
J3 was involved in this kind of. J3 sent me a thingy, a message thing, whatever,
Oh, don't do that.
about a Filipina, a new somebody I didn't know to watch her thing, right? And so I pull it up, and Lorelai says, "Oh, well, let me look at her so I can tell where she's from." See?
No, how she looks.
See? See?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Remember?
See?
Now I know.
We talked about that last week, and here she's arguing against us, and there she was saying, "I'm going to do exactly the same
Oh,
thing."
so I'm wrong. Joe and Jenny Jordan, yes, they have two daughters, and the young ladies are both from Philippines. So why it looks like the second one look like the dad face? Maybe
Um,
it's all right. It's my mistake.
we're always making mistakes. Like, I mean, it's just what we do.
So yeah, I asked my friend Mercury about your statement about how
Uh-huh.
we look. It's
Uh-huh.
based on where you can tell where we what province we live, but all
Uh-huh.
who are disagree.
But you
Well,
did.
she disagree.
All of them.
All of them.
Yes. They said,
Mm.
no, she don't look like me.
So chismosa session. Now, if a
All right.
tree falls in the woods and you're not there to hear it, does it make a sound? Now, if you've got a bunch of Filipina there saying that I'm wrong and I don't hear it, are they right? We have a question.
The
Not
problem is
political.
they hear the whole thing, yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I can. I'm pretty good at it, and I have done it even with weight. Some of the weight on the Philippines. Don't do that. Don't do that in the Philippines. Uh, I offended a couple of them because
Yeah, I was saying before.
they were only like 75, 80 pounds. But I can usually guess which area they're from based on what they look like.
Well, that's what Loriely wanted to do to this girl that we hadn't met yet. I don't remember her name. She probably remembers her name.
Okay, now I will see my friends and see where they came from.
So well, it's going to be how bad of an image that's going to be. But I just thought that was funny. She argued so vigorously against us. And then all out of her mouth, and nobody was paying attention. It was like, well, let me look at her so I can know where she's from.
No, I didn't say that. You said it's from Cebu, so I look at it like it's from province or city.
Now you think,
Well, that's still a place she's from, whether it be the province or the city, diba?
That's that's what we can tell if you're a city girl or you're a province girl. But what island? No.
Well, a lot of the ones that from the city, I can talk to them for a little bit, figure out where they're from, and they're transplants. They might have moved to Manila, but originally they were from the Bisaya. Originally they were from
Yeah.
Mindanao. They
Yeah.
moved.
Uh-huh.
And you can tell by the skin color, the height, if they're sobra pandak, if they're really short. Usually it's a province island girl from Bisaya.
Oh, then what do you think of me? Where I really came from?
No, no,
Huh?
no, no,
No, no.
no. Well,
I
no, no, that's Kapapangan. No.
where you what you think where I really came from? I was skinny before that. I get married.
You came from the Philippines.
Yeah, I know, but where island, man?
The Philippine Islands.
See, playing safe.
mm,
Where that friend?
You came. Excuse me. Hey, you got me. You came from Cebu. You speaks Cebuano.
well, you got you right.
Well, he knows that I'm a city girl. Oh no,
Which
no, no,
country
no,
is
no,
it?
girl. Aha, you don't know I'm from the city, so that's wrong.
Everybody knows you're from the city because you tell everybody I'm from the city.
Yeah, all my friends are the only one.
Because you love the city so much.
You're an uptown girl. In an what was that song?
Hi.
Uptown girl.
I'm kind of a mid-town boy. I'm both a little country and a little city. So I'm a little bit of everything. I'm a little bit of beach. I'm a little bit of mountain. You know,
One thing I've learned from my friends, second, Google first when you know your serious relationship where your husband came living. I mean, originally,
so whether you
because in the marriage, for example, you're married like a female. The female wants to really marry where the family living in, like in a province, in a mountain, like dang. So I Google you if I live you in the city or in a province. So
well, we live in nowhere.
yeah, but my friends in their wedding, oh man, we climbed the mountain that I never even.
Oh,
I said, shoot. Next time you need to Google a girl you married.
Mercury, I get the feeling that if I lived where you lived, then Lorelai would have never dated me. That's what she's saying.
No, because it's really like stiff like this mercury, and it's hard for me just pulling the grass, and they push my butt to get up or to get up there.
Well, I'm kind of a flatlander here. There's no mountains. If you go to my property, I bought the top of a hill. I'm king of the hill.
Are you in the Upper Peninsula?
Say again?
Are you in the Upper Peninsula?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm up north. I'm up north there, you know, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple hours from Canada.
Yep. 2 hours from Canada. And but
Have
there's a
you
lot of hills up here, and my wife has a hard time getting up that hill. It's fun. Yeah, I have to push her butt up too. She's a city girl.
then I went to my friend, then I sleep in the hill like I'm bouncing like a oh my goodness. I'm glad I didn't roll.
Yeah, there's times
I'm trying to be tough.
Sa Kitsapuit, King Asawa, her butt gets hurt because she'll fall down. Doink. And it's like, what? I told you, walk sideways. Don't walk flat foot down.
Ah,
You get on those leaves. In those leaves, you got to walk sideways so you get the knife edge of your foot going down there and catching all the rocks and roots.
Yeah.
yeah. I walk like this, then I slide. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, it's like having skis.
I didn't know. Why you didn't tell me that?
You didn't ask. I didn't know you
But
had.
it was funnier. It was funnier for him to watch than to explain.
Well, it would have been. This was before I met her. She went to a friend's wedding
Yeah, I really
in
hate
the
that one.
mountains
My friends are
in the
laughing at me.
Philippines.
Instead of rescuing me, they all laugh because how I bounced. I didn't roll, but I bounced my butt like sitting, like dropping down to the.
Well, there's like a second grade joke with that. I'll just leave it at that. Maybe David knows what it is about the reason for the rear end having the. I'll put it politely, the crack, the direction that it goes. So if you fall down the stairs, it doesn't make a certain noise. You know which one I'm talking about, David?
What's funny is, as a little kid, if you had stairs in houses, that's what you did. You slid down.
Oh yeah. You get rug burns and bumps on the head. It was fun. Then you climb back up and did it again.
And again, and
No, it
again.
hurts.
City,
Yeah.
Forget.
city government.
Who cares?
You're lucky I came along and saved you.
Why? Oh, you know what? After that, we climbed and said that, oh, we need to go back. Like, what? Because going, we're going to the church and we need to up like 3 mountains. Then when the wedding is done to eat there, I told them like, man, I wanna jeopardize my life. This one, you can just can bring my belongings. I will wait here because man, it's so scary. I swear.
Yeah.
It is.
I used to repel a lot when I was young, and I repelled out of helicopters. So, but now in the old age, if I step 2 feet on a ladder, I get a nosebleed and I get helo. So
Yeah, I'd go anywhere back when I was younger. I mean, even being a big fat old guy, I loved traipsing through the woods as a 30-year-old fat guy. You name it, climbing mountains, jumping off crap, just seeing what happens. Yeah.
Uh, when I was a child, like we went to a vacation and there's a sugar cane, and I think in my ball that drove there. So I went there like then my mom was shocked and almost have a heart attack because she's thinking like I have a lot of like
Cuts
somebody bit me like this.
from the sugar cane.
Ah, sugar cane.
my wife, my our tatai, he had a sugarcane field, so I can kind of sympathize with that. I understand.
Yeah, that's so painful.
The funniest thing I ever seen in Kellynog, the sugarcane truck. It's really heaped over with the sugarcane, Diba. Yeah, it's real big, and the kids are running behind it trying to steal the sugarcane off, and they got guys on the top of it with big bamboo poles hitting the kids on top of the head, trying to keep them from getting the sugarcane. Because those kids, they'll pull that sugarcane off there, and then they just eat it. They don't eat it. They like peel it with their teeth, and
Yeah, they
that
were doing that. That's the thing. Then we ate that cane that
yeah,
peel it, then peel it again.
masakit sa nipin na, di ba?
No, it's not. If it's hitting your gums, then that hurt. But it's not. I tried that one when I went to my grandma. But some of the sugarcane is hard, some are easy.
It's just fun. I used to love people watching when I first went to the Philippines back in 2010. Just sit in front of the Sari Sari store on the little dirt road and watch the different people walk by. It was so fascinating, so wonderful, and everybody was so kind, and just the funny stuff you see, and after about a week of sitting there, I got bored. So I'd take pesos, excuse me, a pocket full of peso coins,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd flip them all over the road. And
Oh,
pretty soon you get one little kid. He come by, he notices a coin. And then picks it up, he starts looking around, and then he finds another one. And hoi, hoi, hoi. And all of a sudden you got like 15, 20 kids in front of the Sari store. And it was fun. They were all excited. They were finding coins. And then next thing you know, they're coming to the Sari store to buy candies.
yeah. Yeah, that's the line you were thinking about, Mark. Joe said, "What's the line?" We could change that one.
City girl in a small town. That's what he's talking about.
No, it's staying.
Oh, yeah. Who sang that? Billy Joel,
Yeah.
Uptown Girl.
Billy Joel.
Yeah. That's the thing about roller skating. I remember Chicago, Journey, all those good bands back in the old days. I don't like the music now. I like the old stuff.
Me too.
So does my wife.
Yeah.
Now, David, maybe you could maybe your wife does this too. If I say a word and it's close to a song, as I'm talking, my wife will just break out into song and start singing to me.
Yeah.
Like, when I was young, she'll go, when I was young, I used to listen to the radio. And I'm like, what? I never even heard that song.
Loriely doesn't do that, but she does.
No, I did that before, but since David have a lot of explanation after that, then I stopped.
The teacher in me comes out and says,
I'm
let me
done.
explain to you where this is, what it's from, what it's about, the cultural
Oh
differences.
my goodness.
Let's understand
It'll be a long story after that.
metamorphosis of where the band came to be.
And
so-
we're done.
and
And he will argue me, then I'll find in a Google. And oh my, never.
And she gets bored and disappears.
Well, that's one of the things that Dara has a frustration with me is I get into detail. I love detail. I'll find a jacket I haven't seen in the house in 20 years, and I'll give her the whole history of that jacket. And she's like, okay, it's still just a jacket. Well, it's just a jacket to you, but it means more to me. Or if I see something on TV, or if I'm working on a Jeep or doing something else, and I'll explain. She goes, just give me the wrench. I can do that.
I like
Get
detail
it
too.
done. David, like, this one, oh my jeez. It's like, are you done? Oh my. You just get me that thing and look at a picture and then it's done.
But I think you got to put things in context.
Oh my.
Well, I'm a cause and effect guy. If you do this, it's going to cause that. Yeah, I love cause and effect. These are the possible outcomes. These are the things you want to avoid. Nope. Just dive right in and go for it.
Or the best way to solve a problem is to prevent the problem from happening in the first place.
My philosophy is do the easiest and fastest way. It's the same thing while you're doing that one by one, step by step. The same procedure.
Well, Lorelei, as a surgeon and having all the soldiers underneath me, I need to, they have a
There you go.
situational awareness. You have sit rep. You have to take care of the people around you, and if they're not doing things safely, you need to you need to make sure that they're doing it in the safest way possible.
Oh, okay. As a manager in a big industry, international company, the billionaires industry, well, I look forward like this. I stop in a minute, then I can do quick like this. Oh, but no one get accident because it's a bad to the Walmart. So, yep. I think the girls is more detailed compared to the guy.
Risk
And the
management.
kids go wrong.
in law
It takes us so long to. Oh man.
Yeah. Did some accident investigation teaching. So yeah, we
Well,
like
that's it. If somebody gets hurt in the military, it's a 15-6 investigation, and we don't like the paperwork. Yeah, paperwork is not our friend. So we bore them with details, so they go slower by the time they get to doing it. This is the proper way to fill a sandbag. Make sure you don't cut your hand. Make sure you're not inhaling the dust, and make sure you're wearing your mask. You got to. And most of the people in the military are between 17 years old and 22 years old. Very little life experience. I was there. I'm not saying
yeah.
I grew up this way, but and that's how I handled my kids, and that's probably why my kids don't work with me too well anymore. But my wife did take my chainsaw, and she loves my chainsaw. I bought her the safety equipment, the chaps, the gloves, the helmet, the
I'm sure
screen.
she had wearing gloves. Did she wear gloves when she's
She
doing a
probably does.
chainsaw?
Oh yeah, yep. Safety first. That's my motto.
Same
Everything
here.
else.
Me,
Safety.
before you do something, clear the area, analyze it, because I don't want to move more when I started. I don't want just to. I always like plan really quick. I don't want to repeat it the same thing, which you can avoid the time consuming.
But you want to wear gloves so that you don't break a nail or hurt your jewelry. She's going to wear gloves to protect her hands.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, you said analyze. My kids call it analyze because I analyze everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so anal about it that I'm meticulous. This is the way I envision it. This is the way I expect it to be done. Nobody gets hurt, and the project is done.
You know what?
Perfect.
That's in my grading record or in the school record. Meticulous. Even at work, very detailed and meticulous.
You do good.
Yeah, of course, it's more meticulous because it's a surgeon.
Here's a funny fact about Mercury. I actually do have 2 doctorate degrees.
What?
Really?
Doctor degree?
Yep.
That's why
Two
you're so.
doc. I'm not a medical doctor, but I do have 2 doctorates.
What is it?
Metaphysics
Wow.
and divinity.
What?
Divinity.
Oh.
I went to a couple of online classes when I came home from Iraq because I was bored.
More than a couple.
Yep.
Math and physics, man, you have a lot of discussion.
Metaphysics. It's just basically theories.
That's why I'm saying he has a lot of information for those stuff.
Yeah.
Man,
That's impressive.
I'd show the diplomas, but they actually have my real name. It doesn't say Mercury 3.
Yeah,
You got to be careful online.
you do.
yeah. That's why we pack.
We're back because everybody knows our name, though.
And I'm actually an ordained minister, so if you want to get remarried, I could remarry you, and it would be legal in the United States
Ooh. So
and
that will
its
be a third
provinces.
marriage in our David.
Say
We
again?
were married twice.
We married already twice in one day because of too much detail. Somebody forget. Look
Go ahead and get back. No, didn't.
I'll see your face.
It was just a boo boo.
Look at that, like, oh, David. It could be so. Why you don't want to get licensed already? You know what I mean? You're ridiculous. I love you. Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I was skinnier on that time.
That's why we forgot to have him signed because you were skinnier.
Yeah, because you're so in love with me because I was young and
No, it was just,
slim and pretty on that time. Then now you're like, oh,
no, that's not why. No, it was as much as his fault as mine because he forgot.
why his fault? We're signing there, and why he couldn't sign?
Because he had it as,
Oh, well, how it come back to you?
oh,
we're legally married according to the government, but I think that's a kind of a farce now because just because you have a piece of paper, people don't honor that paper often anymore.
No,
Marriage is a heart condition. It has to be in the heart, and that's
Yes.
where the faithfulness and the love comes from. Just because you have a piece of paper. Did you know in the state of Michigan, adultery is a 20-year felony?
wow, it's still in the books there, huh?
It's still on the books. They
Well,
just don't enforce it.
Wow.
20 years. I remember that.
Well, he's not in Michigan, so. But
Right.
no, these are the old laws that we had to learn
Mhm.
when we were going to school,
Yeah.
In the
and
Philippines,
but it
I get
used
it.
to be serious. It used to
Right.
be serious, and nowadays, you watch Hollywood shows and all this. So and so is cheating on this one. You look at the Inquirer when you're waiting at Walmart. Oh my God, so and so cheated on so and so. You know, before that was a 20-year felony. But it's like everyday breathing. It's like no surprise, and there's no shock value. Just like being pregnant before you're married back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. There's no shock value. There's no public shaming. So it's like common day thing. It's
Well, plus, I think that a lot of it changed when we started to lose respect for ourselves and others. So, in the modern world of give me, and give me more, I think a lot of that stuff went away.
society does change, and it's okay. I'm old. I might be that. I used to hear my parents say, "Oh, when I was a kid, this never
Yep.
happened," and maybe I'm that guy now. Maybe I'm
I'm,
that person.
I caught myself doing it the other day. So, I've become that way.
So you have to change with the times. Marriage, in my opinion, is a heart condition. You're either in it forever or you're not, whether you have a piece of paper or not.
Well, then here's an interesting. This is going to be something that's watching besides you and I. This is to get people fired up. So, with it being a heart condition, then is gay and lesbian couples when they love each other, is that marriage?
And, being a Christian and a conservative to other people's opinion, I do have an answer for that. If you love somebody, there's nothing wrong with love.
Right.
If that makes you happy and that makes that other person happy, who am I to condemn you or say you're wrong?
That's right.
If you have happiness and you have somebody that you want to share the rest of your life with, that's not my business.
I agree.
As long as you're not affecting me, affecting my family, or taking away from me, that's okay.
I agree totally.
And that's my personal feeling on it.
That's always been mine. And what I got, looking at the college, we had a lot of couples that got married, you know, and this discussion comes up all the time in the academic world because the world is so liberal and so full of pooey. But anyway, and I would tell people from a heart to heart standpoint, you're exactly right. What you just said is perfect. From a legal standpoint, I don't think there's a legal leg to stand on for a same sex marriage um, because unless you change the legal definition of everything. So when everybody was up in the arms at the college about legalizing marriages, I'm like, look, they just need to change the law, the verbiage, or why can't gay and lesbian couples have their own term that represents what they want and leave the word marriage to the folks that believe that it's only between a man and woman. So everybody can be happy, but you're not all going to be happy together. You got to look at it from a different, instead of an emotional standpoint. But that term is not a bad term. And if marriage doesn't mean a woman and a woman, then it means a man and a woman, then that's fine. Just get a different term.
there's so much in. I know you guys are cutting short on your time, but as a police officer, I had shown up on domestic disputes between lesbians and
Yeah,
gays and everything else. It's the same situation as between a man and a woman as it is between a man and a woman and a woman. It's we all have the same life problems. We all have the same life issues. Just say, okay, this is not the definition between one man, one woman. This is not the definition anymore. Get rid of it, get
yep,
over it, move on,
that's it.
and apply the law equally.
Yeah,
Apply
they
the
just
law equally.
The only thing I used to tell the people at the college is, look, if you want to get married, which I'm all
oh
for,
Bruce, hi Bruce.
then you need to be amenable to the same laws as any other married couple. So you can't
Correct.
10 years later go, well, we don't want to be together anymore, and our marriage really wasn't it really.
Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
Hey, Bruce.
No, I agree. The law should be applied equally. Even in our Constitution, it says we have the right to the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah,
If you know, I like women. I married a woman. But if somebody else likes a man to marry a man or marry a woman, that's the pursuit of happiness. They should be able to do that.
I agree.
But they should have the same laws as we do when it comes to separation and divorce.
That's right.
The dividing of the contents of the
Yeah,
legal binding marriage.
I
And
agree.
I think the actual marriage contract now, the marriage license, is an antiquated system,
Yes,
personally.
I don't disagree with you. I don't at all.
Just you be with who you want. I'll be with who I. You know, when I'm in the Philippines, I have a lot of bakla and bading, whatever you want to call them. Um, they're friends. They don't hit on me. They don't try to date me. We're
Right.
just good friends. We'll sit down, have a couple of beers. They'll giggle and laugh and everything else. And I go home with my wife, and I'm a happy individual. They're happy individuals because they got to sit down and be themselves with me.
That's right.
And that's the most important thing. Why do I got to sit there and look at you like you're inferior just because many say it's not a choice? They say
Well,
it's not a choice. If that's how you feel, you have a right to feel that way, and that's okay with me. I'm happy. I'll just
well,
leave
we
it at
do
that.
have a choice as people, whether we want to let people be happy or we want to impose our own personal crap on other people. And I believe that we shouldn't do that.
Well, I've had because I've taken pictures with Buckla, and because I've had interaction with them in videos that family members have seen, they were angry at me. And I said, "Were you there?" No, but that ain't right. Well, I'm not asking if it's right. It's not your business.
That's
That's
right.
my choice. That's my choice to be there with them. It's my choice to be friends with them. Who are you to tell me who I can and cannot hang out with? It's not your business.
I agree
My
totally.
wife is happy. You know, one of the individual, I almost said guy, but one of the people, ladies, I guess she likes to be called. When I was in America, would stop off and talk. They were good friends. They were good friends with my wife. I don't have a problem with that. That's their choice. I'm not a part of their private time, but they are a part of our social time, and I enjoy being around them. They're good people.
People are people. We just got to be willing to accept people for who they are, not what's between their legs or who they sleep with. Or, that's my theory. So,
You know,
I
everybody needs somebody to love and feel happy with, and if that's their way, that's good.
don't think. You know what?
everybody needs somebody.
You're not a good singer. I tried to sing, but I'm not a good singer, so I don't want to tear their ear bleeding. You know what I would tell that one? oh, you're lucky that your partner is opposite sex on you. But if you're in their shoe, what you gonna feel for? You know what I'm saying? So just leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes we have to be the bigger person in the world
Yeah, make them whatever makes them happy.
and let people be.
The question is, are you happy with your marriage? Oh,
That's right.
now you tell them that thing. Let's see how when they maybe you can see their face like changing because you're telling the truth. They're even gay or lesbian, but they're happy. How about you? You married a normal person. If he's not, if the happy person, they will not stick their nose to other relationship.
I agree with that. If you're happy, you're not going to tear down other people.
Yeah. And Bruce says like, I don't think if you're married a man should not be meet a woman on YouTube without your wife. What?
Hang
I
on.
don't think of you're married a man.
If you're a married man, you should not meet women on YouTube. Oh, I agree. If you're in a married relation, is this what you're saying, Bruce? So if you're in a committed relationship, like Loriely in here, I don't go on YouTube channels and flirt with other
Oh
Filipinos.
yeah. I'll cut
Yeah.
the internet.
But there are a lot of guys on YouTube, and a lot of them we all know that actually
Yeah.
do that. So we I totally agree. Because that would make my spouse unhappy. And so
Right. And I agree with that as well.
yeah.
One question I do have. So we agree that people should be happy in a relationship that they want, whether it be gay, lesbian,
Yeah.
whatever, bisexual, whatever makes them happy. What about these polygamy? I've been watching on Netflix, Three Girls, One Guy, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
One guy, three wives, or whatever.
My
Now, if
opinion,
they're happy, why should I get involved with that? As long as
long
he
as
can
they're-
support those 9 million children.
Well, the question is, as long as the girl is happy that he's sharing her husband to other world.
so vice versa. My thing is, as long as they're of legal age, I don't care.
If you're not happy sharing your husband, then don't be more than 5 wives. To be 6 wives.
Yeah, Bruce, I've been seeing it a lot lately too by some folks that we all know that is, who am I to tell them?
I really diverting in the YouTube. I didn't even know that one.
One of the things that I've seen, and I was talking about, I'm happy being married to one beautiful lady. That's all I want. That's all I want. If somebody else wants that, why don't? If they're gonna accept gay marriages, they're gonna accept lesbian marriages. They're gonna change the law for certain things. Why don't they change the law for the Mormons or the other people that believe
You
in
should.
polygamy? As
They
long
should.
as long as that man is treating those ladies right, supporting the kids that he has with them, who am I to say that's wrong? My opinion, but I just choose to have one. I could not listen to complaining in stereo.
Hey, Bruce, how are you, buddy?
Hey, pretty good.
Hey,
Pretty
Bruce.
good. How are you guys?
So tell us your thoughts, Bruce.
Excuse me, I have an appointment tomorrow. I think I can leave it. Husband, just making sure he's not flirting other girls on YouTube.
Well, I don't think it's a big deal if you say like to one of your brother's sisters or something, hey, like she's looking pretty or something. But if you start taking it to other levels, like talking about meeting and then actually going and doing it, I was just talking with Joe about that the other day offline. You know, we were talking to each other for a little bit, and my girl heard me say that, and she says, "How could that guy do that?" And you know, I guess maybe it's just me. I've never been one of those kind of guys that if you have somebody, you stick with that person only. If it doesn't work between you and then you know, of course, you can always go find more. Uh, but if you're with somebody, you should not be doing that. And I've been seeing a lot of that, and I think that is really inappropriate.
I agree with that, Bruce. I think that's disgusting and inappropriate. A lot of hurt feelings for the lady or the man. There's a lot of ladies that do the same thing,
That's what I was
but
gonna
I
say.
agree with that.
There's a lot of these young ladies here on YouTube in our community that, and because Joe and I were talking about this too, Bruce, about whether they're either chasing the dollar. Is that why they're shaking so much? Because they're chasing the dollar, or do they want a different husband? Or, I mean, what are their end goals?
Uh, I mean, I don't know. To be honest, it's just, I don't know. Maybe they are chasing the dollar. But I know, like, me and Joe seen. I mean, me and Joe seen something like the other day, and they're like, "Hey, we could all share this guy," and I'm sitting there going to myself, you know, myself and Joe, we're not the type of people that go around to go.
He broke up a little bit there.
Yeah. We can't control, the one thing I'll say is we can't control others. We can
That's
only
true.
control ourselves. But when I go on some of these streams and I see men that I know that are married, that I know that their wives, from what I understand, would not appreciate their behavior, and I don't appreciate maybe the girls leading on, or egging it on to just to get likes or views or money, or I don't know what they're.
I don't know, David. I you're right. It's really none of our business, but when it's thrown out here like that, and if it's just for somebody just to get clicks and views and get money, um, then I definitely myself, I'm definitely going to stay far away from that. That's just me.
Yeah.
Because when I'm somebody's friend, like I don't expect nothing from you,
No.
except friendship. That's it. I don't want your money. I don't need else. If I get it here and there. People do have some serious things that come up. We had one not too long ago with the Flexi Girl. Their store in the Philippines had got burned. Burned
Mhm.
really bad. The refrigerators were all messed up. Their siding on their building was burnt. Like, I get that people wanted to help, but that's a legit thing. But I see these girls when they're doing the inappropriate dancing and, well, other stuff to make money.
Yeah, I've seen that in the past too, and there is a huge community on YouTube that the husbands encourage that for the money, if that makes sense.
It does.
I'm not going to get into actually how I feel about it. I don't like it either, Bruce. But Flexi Girl, I know her and her sister very well, and she's my bodyguard. She's a good girl, and we share a lot of similar things. Flexi and her sister have never done anything like that that I know of. She just became an OFW to support her family.
Well, and I think you guys are right. There's the e-begging from either men or women. I don't really enjoy. And I was telling somebody the other day that there are people that need help, and if we can help, and we don't expect that money back, or we don't need that money back, and we can truly help, and we won't miss it in our world, then I think there's nothing wrong with helping people. But the one thing I'll say to follow up with that is when there's a weekly crisis, what would these people do if you didn't exist? They would manage. Laura the other day, that said, we're like, you know, if you didn't exist, your family would still get along. They would.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, David. But with Dara and I, 90% of the time when I'm online, she's right next to me, and she sees that, and she's, "What'd they do before YouTube?
Right.
They still ate. Obviously, she's matabat. She's fat. She's obviously well fed.
Yep.
Then why is she here? What is she doing? What in like you said, a weekly crisis, a weekly problem, or well, I ain't gonna get into it. That might divulge too much. We pulled back on a lot of our stuff, but
I got a
yeah,
question. I got a question for you, Mercury and David.
sure.
I'd like your thoughts on. Okay, um, community that we're in. Okay, uh, the kids and stuff that sometimes you'll see every once in a while come on when people are having live streams or they're doing something. Well, anyways, I've been supporting this person. I'm not going to mention names. But this person, she she's a wonderful person, but her kid, out of all things, one day just started saying, about my picture. She says, "Oh, you look ridiculous," and just little kid was bashing me. So I just said, "Hey, you don't have to. If we're gonna be friends, you don't have to talk. Mean." Like it just got like it was like 10 minutes, and I heard right out of the blue, she goes, "Well, I teach my kids to be honest." I said, "Well, so you're saying that, which I am. So you're saying if your kid called me fat, then you're saying that she's right for doing that, right?" And she's like, "Well, I just teach my kids to be honest." Well, you know what? Janet's kid, okay, he's 11. All right. He's a respectful boy. And I have never heard him once ever say to me or anybody, and nothing disrespectful to an adult ever. What do you guys think of these kids? And the parents are like, well, I'm just teaching them to be honest. There's a point to be honest, but there's also a point is where you do not sit there and allow your children to just degrade people. It's inappropriate to me.
Right, and I agree with you. Um, I spent a lot of time in the Philippines, in the Philippine culture. There's a very serious discipline problem, in my opinion. If they call me tabat, matabat, and make fun of me, they never scold the kids. That has happened to me in the past. If I say your kid is makulit, naughty, or lazy, then they get offended.
Yeah.
It's like you can't scold a child in the Philippines. It's a taboo, and it's part of the Asian culture because, and this is my feeling on it, and this is what I think on it. They are depending on those children. They don't have the Social Security. They don't have the retirement. So the better they treat their kids, the less they upset their kids when they're young. When the parents are old, the kids will take care of them. That's just my feeling on it. Here in America, we're down. If my kids would have said something like that, they would have got a. Well, you can't do it now, but back in the '80s, you could do it, or 2000s. You know, tap them on the mouth and say, "Hey, you don't say that about your uncle. You don't say that about this person. That's disrespectful. You don't do it." But they don't do
Well,
that there.
I
but
think
but I have to disagree with you on that, Mercury, because Janet herself, her kid, when her if her kid did something disrespectful like that, she would discipline him.
Okay,
So I
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying every single
It's
one,
not a
Bruce.
whole complaint.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. But some of the households that I've been in, like my wife,
No, you're right.
she would never
I agree.
tolerate that. It's not everybody. It's just some households are like that. I'm not saying every
Yeah.
Filipino's like that. So please Please understand, I'm not saying everybody.
No. I do, Mercury. I understand. Uh, I mean, listen. I felt the same thing because I've been there a couple times myself, and yes, you're right. Uh, kids will say what they say, um, and there's nothing wrong with teaching them honesty. But could you imagine, like you have about 10 or 12 of them, you're just walking up and down the street, and they say, "Hey, David, you're just some big fat guy. Hey, Bruce, you look like a big tubble-ard whale." I personally just laugh at it, but it's the thought of it being on here that you listen to that kind of stuff from actually grown adults, but you got actually little kids doing that now.
Well, Bruce, here's what I'll say. And to both little issues. One, I think children need to be taught how to be respectful, in proper society. And to be able to evaluate when you are honest and when to just shut your mouth and be polite. The other side of what Mercury was saying, or at least what I understand in the Philippines, is it's like I learned this, and I did, Lorelei has family, and they're very strict with their kids. They a little bit more than I would be, but I can't be. I can't call their child out on something because that's taboo. And what I learned last year when we were there was that brings shame to mom and dad because I had to dress down their child.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
You know what? I really didn't even think about it that way. Um, because yeah, you
They
would. I
like
guess
to
you would.
save
I guess you would.
face. I was in Robinson Mall in Angeles City, and this little kid, and my wife scolded me. Well, not scolded, but said, "You shouldn't have said that." But the kid came up. I had a bag of rice underneath my cart at Robinson Mall, and he actually broke it open. And the mother said nothing. She just went about her business, and the kid laughed and I said, "Hoy, makulit ka, layas na," which means you're naughty. Go away now. And I said it with a lot of anger. And my wife says, "We don't do that here. Please don't do that again." I said, "What am I supposed to do? The kid's a little turd.
Right.
What am I supposed to do?" She
I,
just let it happen and didn't do nothing about it. Well, we don't do that here.
and I couldn't do it either. I would be. I'm with you there. Now, and Bruce, what I'll say to this is, if I had a YouTube friend, and I don't know the people, but and that happened to me, then that mother, that child would not be a good friend, because a good friend would have told their child, "Stop now, don't. We're just this is not appropriate behavior. Don't do that. You're not going to do that." So I think you got to ask yourself, in a sense, how good a friend really are they?
Yeah, I thought about that. Yep, I sure did.
Because
I
it
did think
wouldn't.
about that because if that was Clyde or somebody doing that, and I was on YouTube, and he said something like that, I would tell him, "Hey, you don't do that."
That's
But
right.
because they're my friend. But yeah, I did think about that. Um, I I let a lot of stuff. I overlook a lot of stuff. Because we are on YouTube. It is the internet. And you just got to be careful. But I did say something in that person's live stream. But whatever. If they feel the way they feel, then I haven't been back since. I haven't supported them. So,
That's
and
great.
I don't. I'm not going to do it as of now.
And
Because it's one thing to be a joke of somebody, but to sit there and actually have people sit there and laugh about it over and over, that just shows you the mentality of people and the fakeness. They're not your friend.
That's right. And Bruce, I don't mean to sound super callous or anything, but what we have to understand is people hide behind these keyboards, like you can't believe. And that, which is okay to a point, but hiding behind the keyboard and becoming vicious is ridiculous. And that's no person. You know what I
Right.
mean? And we get a lot of these keyboard warriors who want to be, whatever, their own agenda. And then we get a lot of people on here that just want to stir up crap to stir up crap. And when those things happen, I just go away because, and this is what I mean about being callous is no offense, but I don't really care if anybody on YouTube likes me or not. I don't really care, it's fun,
Yeah.
but it goes away tomorrow, it goes away tomorrow. Who cares?
That's right.
I think
I just look. I just look at people think that to cut it is like I stopped. Like I said, I just stopped for now. But yeah, and that and that goes for anybody. Um, if you're somebody's friend, you should honestly, uh, be in there, and not expect stuff.
That's right.
And the only reason like I would go and support that, they were helping the kids there, man. Like, okay, I helped. I supported her so because she's helping other women that are single and they got kids or they got babies. Maybe they can get rice for their ones that can eat rice. Maybe they can get milk for their little babies. I don't know. Um, that's the only reason. That's the only reason that I went there is because that person showed me something that we all should do if we can afford it. We don't have to. We can just support the person. But I figured I was just like, dang, there could be one mother or two mothers that might actually need some food. So yeah, I did. I helped out and supported. That's what really blew my mind that should allow that. But that's okay. you know, because my money's not going to go to her ever again, and that's just the way it is. And
And sometimes I become very skeptical about, it's kind of like how much of the money that people are giving to the Philippines, Thailand, other countries, other people really go to, where it's needed and where it's said it was going to go. So we're very, 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 very careful in who we give money to.
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
And the other good thing is, look, Bruce, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. That's my thing
yeah.
to you, but don't do it. What do you think, Mercury?
I had to step away. I missed a little bit. I had to go turn down the TV.
Yeah,
Um, I missed a little bit. Sorry about that.
it's all right.
All I said, Mercury, is the person that I was helping.
Oh, now you're breaking up, Bruce. You know, since this global event last year, I've seen a decline in YouTube content on the small creator. Everybody's doing live streams and premieres, and there's there's a reason for it, and I'm not going to delve into that. But I've stopped watching a lot because of the content that's being put out. When you've got adults, adult men, adult women being overt in certain natures, hey, if that's what you like, go ahead and do it. It's your channel. I don't have to be there. I won't come back. I come back to the Philippine American couple because it's clean, it's good. There's not controversy or anything like that. I enjoy it, and I enjoy talking to him. I enjoy talking to you, Bruce. It's there's been a huge change, in my opinion, since this COVID stuff. Everybody's locked up. Maybe everybody's going stir crazy. I don't know. But there has been a big change. There's no videos. I love watching videos. I'm not going to go back and watch a full live stream.
No,
Not going to happen. But everybody wants, and I'm not talking about you, David, or your wife, but a lot of channels are they put on a live stream every day. They put on a premiere every day, and I'm hearing super chat and super sticker and blah 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 blah. You know, if you like a channel, support it. If you don't
no.
go back. Don't go back.
Well,
And I've got away from a lot of channels because of that. And,
yeah.
well, we've been busy. We've been very busy. That's honest. So
Well, and that's okay. I try to do a video every week, but we do. But if you notice on our little live stream, what I do is I do it with Lorelei and I do this together
right.
and try to learn some things. And we've never asked, and we don't want anybody to ever give us anything. We're good. We don't want that. If you have money to give us, we don't people for, go help somebody else in your own community. We're good. We're not set up to do all of that mess.
Well, to be honest with you, it wasn't for the super chat. I fell into the magic numbers game 2 years ago, and I was pushing for it before I deleted the other channel. I wanted those magic numbers. Everybody was having it. It was like a goal, a goal, a goal. And I had to refocus and think, why am I doing this? Well, my kids have something to look forward to. My grandkids, they have something for us. We don't care. I don't want the tax headache either. I don't want to get monetized. I don't want the tax headache. I don't need it. But a lot of channels, especially in certain venues, that's what it's all about. That's what they're after. That's what they're going for. And you can see it, and they gravitate towards it. And then pretty soon, they have a big issue. They have a problem. Husband don't have a job. They don't have a job. They need to do this. They need to do that. It just over time it overwhelming.
Mercury, there's a lot of people, man, that stopped. That they used to do lives, live streams like this, and people stopped. For one, politics should never been brought in. There was a guy that was me and him. I can't remember, what is it, Philip, and he's a good guy, but he was bringing a lot of that crap to the Filipinos, and because of that and certain opinions of his, I said something to him, to basically trying to stop it, and I got blocked, and they said, don't ever bring that crap back here. And I was sitting there thinking, I was basically trying to tell this guy to stop. Like, please don't bring that, to
Well,
their
I'm going to
channel.
be
It's
honest
just
with you, Bruce.
inappropriate, man.
Several months back, I got sucked into There's a few individuals out there that they suck you in with the politic and the everything thing. And I went to a dark, dirty place I never wanted to be, and I'm actually ashamed of that. I wish I would never have went there. Not that
You
not to their
got stuck
channel,
in there,
but
so did I.
and I wish that in things were said that should never have been said. Um, I have a regret on that, but it's just one of
Yeah,
those
but
things.
nobody should have brought that to your channel if they didn't like it. Okay, let's just be honest and about it, Mercury. It's the same thing. Like, I love Scoop B to death, but I'm telling you, like, I got so tired of hearing about Trump. You know what I mean? And then what happened? Everybody got into an argument. I was thrown off his panel several times, and that's when I just said, hell with it.
Well, I'm not going to bring up anybody's name, but the point was that with the world events, what was going on in my life,
Yeah.
and the problems that I have, I got overwhelmed by a lot of things, and I went to a place that I should have never went to. I lost respect for myself for a little bit of time. I'm regaining it.
Good.
I'm okay. I'm okay. But there's you get sucked into certain channels and certain things, and you
Yeah.
get into that
Right.
argumentative mood, and in the heat of battle, you say some stupid crap.
And that's
And
only
Well, things happen, dude. We're human beings, and we got to realize ourselves to respect each other. And yes, Mercury, I was there not too long ago myself. Okay, um, and it doesn't matter if I was right. Okay, I came out to be the better person to come out and apologize because that's what a real man does. Okay, I was wrong. You're right. I was wrong, even though that I felt right. I was wrong for bringing the stupid garbage to somebody's channel that I shouldn't have. Okay, that's the reason. That's the reason I got my block. Okay, even trying to stop it still doesn't matter. I should have never said anything back. I should have been just quiet and not said a word. But I did say something. So I take my responsibility for me, and we just got
and
to
I'm
respect
taking
each
my
other.
response. I'm taking my responsibility for me, and you know what I'm talking about. I take my responsibility for me. I got kind of overheated on a lot of things in the past, and I'm moving forward. The thing that makes a person a better person is to realize their mistakes, say, like you said, I'm sorry, and move on. Don't let it happen again. If you repeat those mistakes,
you're not sorry.
then you're not truly sorry.
That's right.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
and what we all have to take, I think, into consideration in YouTube land is not real. All right. What we do every day at home with our families, our loved ones, at our job, at our work, that's what's the most important. And that's what's really real.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
right, David.
Nobody supports me. I support myself. I support my family, but I'm responsible for everything I say and do. And that's one thing I will take responsibility for. If I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm an idiot, and I have been an idiot in the past, and hopefully it don't happen in the future, but I'm only human.
And I guess I've been blessed at the time that we've been on YouTube land that I guess I haven't screwed up too much, and nobody's offended me too much. Or and I try to have a thick skin, knowing that it's just YouTube land.
I have a hard head.
Yeah.
I do have a hard head, and I admit that. And I need to take responsibility for what I say and do. And you know what? I am. Takes time. It takes time. And get back to where I wanted to be. Uh,
Yeah, that dark side. That's just not a good. That's a bad spot because you lose uh, friends. You know, um,
but
but
what
you
are
know,
friends on
one,
YouTube?
yeah,
What are you know? Like I was telling David earlier, they don't pay my bills. They don't take me to the hospital. They don't do things for me. Some will. Yeah, yeah, I will admit that there are some people out there that are willing to do that for you, but
yeah,
you really have to be careful because in the future, you never know what's going to happen. You might come across somebody that's going to hack you, going to do whatever they're going to do, and it's a dark place to be. It, and I'm not a placater. I'm not going to placate, and if I'm not going to get into it, but I'm not going to placate either. I've got pride in myself and pride in my past, and but I'm sorry that happened to you, Bruce. I don't know who you're talking about, and I'm glad you didn't say the name. But I feel for you because that's a rough place to be.
Apologize. It's over with and done. How I feel uh, is just how I feel. Um, but I think David spelled it out. I mean, what it really is, and I've thought about that. And I come out here and I give you guys or anybody out here respect. I just, I ask for my respect back because I let a lot of stuff, people kick me down like there's no tomorrow. Okay. And I try to do as much as I can for people. And you talk about that dark side. It ain't about being on that side. It's about it's about how you treat, okay? But you do not, as a man, let people walk over you. I will never let people walk over me the way
I
I've let
agree with
some of
that.
these.
Good. That's good.
I agree.
That's all I'm gonna say. It's a bad feeling when you think that you've actually been out here talking with somebody and hanging out with them and supporting them for over a year, and they would allow that. But
Did you?
I also get what you're saying, Mercury, and I never thought about that. But I guess I don't know, maybe not all. But you know what? If kids come here and started doing that kind of stuff, you got to
Mhm.
discipline them. You
Bruce,
want to
one
bring,
thing, one
okay?
thing,
Them kids ain't gonna be talking that way.
yeah,
That's,
one
that's all
thing
I'm
to keep,
saying. There's
yeah,
different there.
Bruce, one thing to keep in mind, a little bit about human psychology, and I know Merck has a background in this. I know he does. Is you know you got to be careful because if you help people too much, they see that as a sign of weakness, and which is sad. It's sad, and so sometimes, especially maybe for us bigger guys or something, they think if we're helping them that we I don't know, we can't get friends or don't have friends or we don't do this or whatever. And so we're kind of buying their friendship. So you got to be careful about that with anybody. The fact that if we help people too much, I think they lose respect for you as an individual. So I think you got to be careful about how much we help somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I agree with that. One of the things that I have the hardest time in life with personally are liars and thieves, and I get pretty passionate on certain things, and I need to just learn to walk away. If I'm not liking what's being said, close the window, uh, shut down that YouTube thing. I don't
Yeah.
have to be there. I don't have to listen to it. And that's one thing when I've been personally attacked or something else. It's always like I gotta one up, one best, and say something back. I don't have to do that anymore. That's just
That's what I've had to
reflection.
learn, Mercury. I, I've had to learn that. You know what? Somebody says
Mhm.
something. Guess what? I don't have to be there either, and I'm not going to respond to it because all it's going to do is cause an altercation. I do not want to come out here for that. I do not want to offend somebody because I know myself. I wouldn't want to be talk like that either. So the best thing to do is just leave that situation and stay away from it.
I tell people this: if something's giving you a headache, take some Advil, get rid of the headache. So in my personal life, forget YouTube, but in my personal life, there's been many, many times when somebody's given me a headache and I've evaluated the situation and decided it was time to take Advil and to get rid of the headache.
I agree with it.
That's
There,
David.
There's a little Advil button on YouTube that's, you know what? Go to different channel. Just go somewhere else
It's
where you're
called leave.
happy. Yeah, leave. You know, and Bruce, you know this as well as I do. I've had problems with that in the past. I was in a place that was aggravating me, and sometimes not happy with myself, and I got sucked in, I got involved, and we're moving away from it. I hit that Advil button, and now I'm going a different direction.
And I'm very happy and proud of you for that. And I'm really glad that you found out. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I am too, Mercury, because um, like I said, I've seen you once, and you know, and it's I remember saying something to you too, and it was it's the time and the place, and it was at that moment, and but as I said, and we don't have to mention names, but as I said to that person, you got to respect Mercury's decision on why that happened, and you can't just go around to people's, and it doesn't matter if it's his, David's, mine, anybody's. You cannot go around uh, trying to control on other people's channels. They're not going to allow that. And if it's not the person that's running the show, it's going to be one of his people that he trusts as a mod. See ya. You're not bringing drama here. This ain't happening. So that's why uh, I've cut. I've unfollowed a lot of people. You know why? Because I don't want to hear the negativity no more. You're not
Yes.
dragging me into your problems. I don't need it, and nobody else should get dragged in that.
You know,
Respect one
and
another. I'm not here to have fun.
I'm not going to blame it on the year. I'm not going to blame it on anything else, my past or whatever it is. But you're right, Bruce. The negativity, constant negativity, and you get sucked into a small group, and it's everywhere. That person is everywhere. They're, and I personally let it get to me. I really did, and I thought I was better than that. And when I replayed things back and talked to my wife, she said, "Whew, that's kind of harsh. Please don't go back there. Don't do that again, please." I said, "Okay, hon, I won't do
And
it."
that's the great thing is we don't have to go back to that negativity.
Well, the thing is, you get sucked in. I got sucked in, and you know what? It's nobody's fault but mine. Yeah, I take full, like Bruce said,
But
I'm taking full responsibility for my actions. Um, like a dog returns to its vomit.
that's right.
you know, you know, and that's what it was. And I had to break away from it and just say enough is enough. And Bruce is right. I just had to break away from that cycle, and I'm flung back out, and we're doing okay.
That's the key. I mean, we've all have had challenges in our worlds, our lives, and I've learned. I grew up as a tough kid, a tough guy, and been there, done that, a lot of things, as a lot of you guys have, and I was always very hot tempered, and but I died 4 times a few years ago and was in a coma for 10 days, 10 or 11 months had transpired in the coma. But going through everything that I went through in that coma, the torture, the abuse, the murders, I learned, I came out of that with a different perspective on what's important, how much worse things can really be.
Well, I dedicated most of my adult life to doing good, and I pretty much went dark this year, and I'm back. I'm back. We're okay.
Yeah,
Well,
man. You know, if even like David's saying, you know, if people are doing that to you, and listen, it's happened to you, it's happened to me, it's happened to a whole bunch of other people, and it's going to continue to happen to people. But we have to have the choices to stay away from that. Okay. When I first came out here, I thought I was just learning. I wasn't talking. Um, People are like, "Hey, you're a nice guy." Yeah, I'm a nice guy. Um, you know, if but you know, I didn't know a lot of people. So people that I did go, or people said, "Hey, you could come up and talk." I'd come up and listen to them because they'd been out here for years. So I figured you might as well listen and learn. So I didn't say a lot. Um, you know, and I kind of, trying to stick to that motto now because, I just don't want to say something to offend somebody. That's not why I'm out here.
Well,
You know,
the key thing that you said, Bruce, is we have choices, and I
yeah,
admit I made bad choices, and you're spot on with that because we do have choices,
but don't beat
and
yourself down.
how we react is a choice,
that's right.
Right, but
and
don't beat yourself down. You got out of it. That's all that matters. You got yourself out of it. But beating yourself down is not is that
oh,
isn't going to do anybody any. You know that.
I'm not beating myself down. I'm just, you get sad because you did have a lot of friends in that area, and all of a sudden,
Yeah,
there's a little bit of
I
a
don't have
space
that
gap.
because
And you know how you get yourself out of the negativity, right? You do positive things, which translate into positive emotions, positive activities, and then positive equals positive. If you're around negative, then negative's going to happen. If you're around positive, then positive is going to happen. Real simple. That's how you change your own outlook is you take stock and go, what I've been doing is negative and it isn't working. So now it's time for me to be positive again.
yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's
I
a
gotta
good that's a good answer right there. And
keep
it's
that
good to
keep
follow that.
keep that Advil button ready to go. Just leave.
Yep.
That's it. You know,
I
again,
don't have to participate. That was a choice that I made to actively participate in a negative way. And that was my choice. Am I beating myself up? No. Is my
good,
wife beating me up over it? No. She just
good.
said, please, hon, don't do that again. Okay. Sige, sige. We're moving on, sweetheart. And we are. We are. We're doing good.
The
Well,
Philippine people, they don't they're happy even when bad stuff like typhoons. I mean, they're still happy.
yeah,
Um, they deal with the water. I even talking with Janet, like, luckily, um, it was they had to stay up where she's at. She can go up and up into another room and stuff. But like the water and stuff that they were, getting out, they just deal with it. And uh, bad stuff happens to them. And you know what?
yeah,
They're still happy.
You're right, Bruce. When I was in Iloilo province during 2012, we had a typhoon Christmas Eve. 450 people died on the mountain below us, got washed away. We couldn't get down right away. We had to go down was 27th, and when the water receded, and they were happy to find a picture left from their house. They were happy to find a coffee cup that meant something to them. So you're right. They when they survive, they're happy, and if they can find a little bit of their history, their past, and then rebuild, they're smiling while they rebuild. It's true.
well,
You know that they feel it.
neighbors,
They
let
feel
me
pain. Go ahead.
Hey, so what what is it that you can do that would make you happier, that would make you better, just in general? And why I ask that is because the follow-up question is that, then how do you do that? Whatever those things are, whatever it is. So whatever it is
I
that
mean,
will make you better,
you
you
just
should.
gotta with myself. It's just um, you know, I know now that I can't hang around those kind of people, the same kind of people like Mercury, because we got, you get yourself influenced, and then next thing you know, you're acting out a fool. You're doing wrong stuff to people. You're saying the wrong stuff to people. You're lashing out. So me is like you said, do positive things, write stuff down, like I do, like a goal or something for the day. Write down. I'm not going to be, I will not be angry and yelling and pissed off at somebody. And then follow up with, like you would say, is your goal. What's your goal today? Well, I'm going to try to do something. I'm going to do positive, which is go to work, come back. I'm gonna go say hello to a couple of friends, and then do whatever I got to do. But I always try to write down myself to remind myself you can't acting out inappropriately. You can't do that. So if I do something wrong, I'll write it down and say, oh, I did this. But my goal is always to be around positive people or do a positive thing.
Good. Behind him,
We used to call it goal and path. What is your goal and what is the path to reach that goal? And like you said, Bruce, one thing is don't get sucked in, don't play the game. And I fell into that.
Oh no. Oh no.
And I'm
That
pretty much
happening.
done with it. We're doing our own thing. Meeting positive people. You're being positive. Dave and his wife are being positive. Change venue. If you're not happy where you are, you got to change it. It's like digging a hole, and you're
That's
digging a
right.
hole. So, oh crap, I'm digging a hole. Well, stop digging. Jump out of the hole. Move to a different place.
that's right.
You're never going to get out of the hole if you keep digging. And that I stopped digging.
Yep. And I've got to jump off because I got work early in the morning. So thanks for letting me come up, David, Mercury.
Yeah.
I hope
Have a good
you
night.
guys are doing well.
Take care.
You guys have a good one, and we'll
Mumsy,
see you around again.
make sure you make friends with
Hey,
everybody
Mumsy.
here.
Hello, Mumsy.
Mumsy's from New Zealand. It's one of my bucket list places to go is New Zealand. When we go to Australia and stay with all of our Australian friends, I'm going to jump over to New Zealand and hang out.
Yeah, David, I think I need to jump down too. My wife's been in bed for almost an hour.
Mine too.
And
It's 12 here, so we're going to go off here. But we'll be back next Tuesday night.
that's awesome. Sorry if we caused any disruption to your stream tonight. It's actually really good. I'm glad Bruce came up. Bruce is a good guy. And
Real talk with real people, not shout out, not this, not that, just real
Right.
conversation with real people. So,
right. And
right, buddy.
I appreciate you. I appreciate your wife. Thank you, Bruce. And thank you, Mumsy, and everybody that was here tonight. Great to see y'all. Have a great night. Ingat lagi.
Take care, buddy. So, Mumsy, you are my partner is English Australian and you're Filipino. You want to come up and chit chat for a minute? Here, I'll drop you the link. My wife is Filipino. She's from Cebu, is where she's from. What part of the Philippines are you from? Australian. I got a buddy in Australia, the Husky channel, that is Greece Australian, is kind of his mix. Okay. Well, Mumsy, what we do is every Tuesday night, about 8:30 our time, US of A, we do our Tuesday night chit chat session. Loriely and I, my wife, she comes on and we do them together. And we like to have, real talk with real people where we just talk about real life issues and things. And we don't worry so much about trying to find subscribers and all that mess. That's not what we're about. We're about just meeting and learning from other people. So, but if you don't mind, I'm going to look you up and make sure I go to your channel, and I'll definitely come visit your channel. But it is going for 3.5 hours, so I think it's time for me to sign off. But please feel free to come back again or watch some of the videos, and I will check your channel out tomorrow. All right. How do we do your live stream? How do we do it? We use StreamYard. So if you're on YouTube, you can do a live stream, but people can't come up to your panel. So that's kind of hard on YouTube, but on live StreamYard, you can have people come up to your panel. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You get 20 hours a month, and it's easy to do. I mean, super easy. And guess what? There's all kinds of videos on YouTube talking about how to use StreamYard, but it's easy and easy to do that. So, but we look forward to getting to know you, because we love to getting to know everybody. So, all right, but thank you. Take care. No problem, Mercury.